And we are back. We are back immediately. We are back. Here we go. Here we go. Where are we at? Where are we at? There we go. There we go. Here we go. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We can actually jump right into going through the Spurs. We have the game up ready, so whenever the tip-off comes, we could do that. But before we do that, just make sure we have our scoreboard ready to go for this next game. What's popping, everybody? What's popping, everybody? Let's file in. Let's file in. We got that reset. We got this reset. There we go. Get our timer reset. There we go. Let's set up our scoreboard for the next game. We are doing the Spurs taking on the Lakers. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. And just like that, we're ready to go. Just like that, we are ready to go. Daniel Berry Sports, what's up, Daniel? Jin Sua, what's up, Jin? Just as that, of course, of course. Touch Sus, what's up, Touch? AP, what's up, AP? Susan, of course, what's up, Susan? Let's do it, let's do it. How do I reset chat over on OBS? Do I have to, like, maybe delete it and then bring the dock back? Just close the window, use the dock menu to bring it back. Oh, that's the multi-chat. There you go. Multi-chat is still available. If I wanted to use multi-chat, I could. Let's bring chat back this way. Where's chat? Where's chat? There's chat. Are we reset? We're not reset. Are we reset? We might be reset. Hold on. Hold on. I chatted? Will it come up here? Salvador Chavez, what's up, Salvador? You back? Welcome back, Salvador. Welcome back. There we go. There we go. Now we're loading in. Now we're loading in. All right, I'm just going to have to go to the multi-chat feature there. There we go. Student said go Lakers. Cool, cool, cool. All right, here we go. Ready to go. Got the chat back up there. Got the chat working over there if I need it. Got the stream health there. Got the game cast coming up over here. Matter of fact, we can get rid of this one. Boom, boom. And we're going to get ready for the game cast here. We can also go through the mini pregame as always. We got more than enough time right now before we get to the tip-off. So, go to it. Hey, Hazy said, I don't think OKC has a Wemby stopper. I mean, Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren's there. Not a Wemby stopper, but matches up decently well against him. All right, let's go through it. Wembanyama, he's out tonight. He's out tonight. Let me put the microphone down. Where the pointer at? Where the pointer at? Wembanyama's out. So, no Wemby, unfortunately. You know, the context for Wemby is Wemby, you just pray. You just pray. What's his height? 8'9", I think. I think he's about 10 feet tall, something like that. So, but he's not playing tonight. So we're going to move right on to De'Aaron Fox, the guy they traded for last year, legitimate starting point guard, an all-star caliber player. De'Aaron Fox so far this year, 24 points per game. He came back and then played a couple of games with Wemby, and then Wemby went out. You know, and similar thing happened last year where he got traded over to the Spurs. And then Wemby went out with an injury, and then Fox went out with an injury, and then, you know, so they've only played a couple of games together, unfortunately. Fox has acclimated well with the Spurs since coming back from the injury this year. We still have yet to see Fox and Wemby play together since the trade all that much, so unfortunately, we're going to have to wait and see that chemistry build. 24 points per game for him, 6.5 assists, played very well, 48% from the field, 38% from three-point range. I mean, he's De'Aaron Fox. Very similar stats to what he was putting up in Sacramento, helping carry the offense until Wemby can get back. Continues to be very good. But this is when things start to get interesting for the Spurs because we know about De'Aaron Fox. He's in his prime, 27 years old. We know what he's capable of. He continues to be capable of it, and he continues to play well. When we get to guys like Stephon Castle is when things start to get really fun for the San Antonio Spurs. 17.5 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, 7.4 assists. He's had a fantastic start to the year. Obviously, with no De'Aaron Fox, he was essentially playing point guard out there, and he was averaging almost 5 assists, 5 turnovers per game at that point. Since De'Aaron Fox has come back and since he's come back from injury, the turnovers are starting to come down because he doesn't have to do all of the primary ball handling himself. So that's nice. 1.6 steals. He's a defensive demon. flies around the court, puts on a ton of pressure. 48% from the field, 71% from the foul line, only 25% for three-point range. This is the area right here that as he continues to grow, needs to be the area that he gets that to respectability in order to really take the next leap in his career. But obviously that will be on the way. He's only 21 years old. It's only his second season. Fantastic rookie year, even better sophomore season so far. Counting stats up across the board, and he's been the second best player next to Wemby. Again, got to see Fox next to Wemby and see how this kind of trio continues to develop. The return of Fox has helped lower the turnover numbers, which has been fantastic for him because they were very high. We get over to Devin Vassell, and Devin Vassell has been lighting it up as of late. Vassell has recently been taking a bit of a leap. To start the year, my kind of analysis of Devin Vassell was a little bit more of the same. Didn't seem like he had made all that much improvement. Was still getting to the mid-range, was still putting up shots, but wasn't knocking him down with regularity to force defense to really guard him or care about him all that much. Was kind of middling in terms of his efficiency, but the efficiency starting to go up. Almost a 40% three-point shooter now. 44% from the field is somewhat respectable. Actually, it's pretty respectable. Like that's a respectable number right there. His hot streak recently has helped bring up his percentages, playing extremely well. Also locking in defensively, getting to play alongside Fox and Stephon Castle has allowed him to slide into a tertiary role player out on the perimeter to attack smaller matchups. Has been working wonders for Devin Vassell. He's getting open looks, knocking him down. He's been on fire. He's getting to his spots. He's looking a lot more comfortable in his offense right now. I put Jeremy Sochan here as the next guy I want to talk about. Sochan has had a weird season. Was the starter for a while last year, for a majority of the season last year. Was a starter. We know about the Greg Popovich era of starting Jeremy Sochan at point guard when we know he's not a point guard. He's more of a forward, specifically a power forward. 6.1 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists. Stats are down across the board, unlike Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell. Stats are down across the board. 50% from the field, under 70% from the foul line, and only 28% from three-point range. You're looking at Jeremy Sochan and you go, okay, where does the value come from with this guy, right? Sochan remains a similar player from last year, but is now coming off the bench, so not all that much improvement. So what's the value with Jeremy Sochan? Well, the value is that you think that this guy can be a little bit of a Draymond Green kind of player for you. We can play out of the short roll, can be a little bit of a decision maker out of the high post, and can just be a disruptive defender all around the court. That's what you're kind of hoping Jeremy Sochan can give you. But, he's still young at 22 years old. He's still developing just like the rest of the young guys on this team, but he seems like the one guy on the team right now who's kind of stagnating. And, development is not linear, but this year has not taken a leap in almost any part of his game. Now, he did start off the year injured, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and see how he continues to play as the season goes on. But hasn't really provided the value for this team that I think they eventually want to see him provide. We get over to Dylan Harper. And Dylan Harper is quietly becoming one of my favorite players to watch around the league. 13.5 points per game. He recently just came back from injury not too long ago. 3.1 rebounds, almost 4 assists a game coming off the bench, backing up De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle. 48% from the field, 73% from the foul line, 28% from three-point range. This number needs to rise. But as he gets more playing time and as he becomes more consistent, gets more consistent playing time and gets the ball in his hands more consistently, I do think that number will rise because he's a better shooter than 28%. He's not a great shooter, but he's a better shooter than this. So I do expect that to continue to rise as his career goes on. I'm not really worried about his jump shot. Harper is a bit more advanced than I thought he was going to be coming into the league. He was the number 2 overall pick, but he is 19 years old out of Rutgers. He just looks like a 25. He looks like he's 25 years old and he's been in the league for a while. The cadence he plays with, how smooth he is. Stir Show, what's up, Stir Show? Make a poll. What do you want the poll to be, brother? What do you want the poll to be? I'm going through a pregame right now. Right? What is the poll? Who's gonna win? Who do you think is gonna win? Just let me know in the chat. Why does there need to be a poll? Dylan Harper plays like the fact that they can bring Dylan Harper off the bench for De'Aaron Fox, for Stephon Castle, and bring him along slowly is like the luxury that nobody has. That like OKC has when they bring in Thomas Torber, Nikola Topic, or whoever the lottery pick is going to be in these upcoming drafts. the West has like these luxuries where it's like, what do you mean you drafted Dylan Harper number 2 and he's going to come off the bench for De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle? Like, what do you mean you have the luxury of bringing him along slowly and making sure he figures things out, not having to put him in these tough situations? Like, what do you mean if you want to put him in these tough situations, you can because you have the luxury of doing so? Like, having now the ability to build around Harper, Stephon Castle, and Wembanyama, and then having the contracts of like a De'Aaron Fox to move around if they wanted to go grab like a substantial forward to play alongside Wemby is crazy. Third show said Luka, Reeves, and LeBron versus I don't know who plays for the Spurs other than Wemby. All right, what you about to learn today, brother? That's why we're going through the pregame. You're going to learn De'Aaron Fox today, my man. You're going to learn some De'Aaron Fox, some Devin Vassell. Maybe even some Dylan Harper. And you're definitely going to learn about Harrison Barnes, who has been absolutely lighting the Nets on fire this year so far. 13.4 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 43.3% from three-point range, which is by far a career high for Harrison Barnes so far this year. The aging vet, 33 years old, the former Warrior, absolutely lighting it up from three. Barnes is a solid, steadying force for a young, feisty Spurs team. He continues to light the Nets on fire. He has been smoking hot from the perimeter all season long, almost 50% from the field as the starting power forward on this team. They definitely needed a veteran on this team to actually like contribute, to not just be like a Chris Paul level player that, is what they had last year. But Ken Neal said, what team do you think will win the NBA Cup? The team that just blew the other team out by 50. I'm going to go with that team, brother. Harrison Barnes having a phenomenal year as a nice role player over to for the San Antonio Spurs this year. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? I slapped your leg too because I too remember a time when the only time you can leave a pivot foot is for a shot. Ken Neal said, I think the Lakers are going to win this game. They might. No, Wemby definitely gives the Lakers a bit of an edge here. We get over to Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson is quietly having a really nice resurgent season here for the Spurs after kind of losing himself a little bit these last couple of years. 13 points per game, 6.5 rebounds. He's being fantastic on the glass here when he comes in off the bench. A little bit like a Josh Hart player. He's not the playmaker that he is. He's not the rebounder that Josh Hart is. He's not the ball handler and driver that Josh Hart is. But a little bit like a Josh Hart player in the sense that he comes in, he just puts his head down. He's a bull going to the basket. He will not be denied. Johnson has been great all season off the bench, providing good defense and physical downhill drives and a good physical strong rebounder. 13 points per game for him, 6.5 rebounds. Only a turnover. Not doing a lot of playmaking. He's doing a lot of scoring. 32% from three. Isn't great. They're going to dare him to shoot. They're going to leave him open and try to wall off the paint from him. 57.5% from the field. Like I said, he's getting into the paint and he's knocking down shots. That's his game. 76.5% from the free throw line is cool. Good enough off the bench, but he's a great player to go to. At only 26 years old, he's like one of those younger vets in the league. He's been around the Spurs for a while now, one of their earlier picks when they were initially going through that rebuild. And he's just a really solid bench piece for them at this point. Joe's dad said, I forgot to ask you if you saw the Pat Spencer show on Sunday. I didn't see the Pat Spencer show, but I did see the highlights. I did see people talking about it. So I do know about Pat Spencer. Oda Austin said, which team will win? I don't know, man. It's 50-50. 50-50. I'm going to lean, I'm going to go Spurs. I like the Spurs. I'm not really a Lakers guy. I'm going to root for the Spurs tonight. I do like the Spurs and what they're building. I'm going to root for them. We get over to Luke Cornett, and once a Nick, always a Nick, Mr. Luke Cornett, although he was wearing that ugly Boston green last year, but we got him up out of the playoffs. So, shout out Luke Cornett now that he's no longer wearing green. I can root for you again, my brother. 7.5 points per game, 8.2 rebounds, and Luke Cornett's really established himself as one of the better backup bigs in the league. Cornett has developed into one of the better, more consistent backup bigs in the league. He's just fantastic providing what he provides. 64% from the field. Is no longer taking threes, which is nice because he was never really consistent at it. 1.5 blocks. He had a game-saving block not too long ago. He was fantastic for that. So, shout out to Luke Cornett. When it's now 10:04. Can we get to the tip-off? Can we get to the tip-off, please? Can we stop interviewing Chet Holmgren? The last guy I'm going to cover here for the San Antonio Spurs is Carter Bryant. He's kind of the Gershon Yabusele of this team in the sense that he's the odd man out. Only gets spot minutes. The defense is impactful, but right now he just doesn't have NBA-level offensive capabilities 2 fine points, 1.7 rebounds, 0.1 blocks. Not really worth going over right now. 33% from the field, under 30% from three-point range. So he's a rookie. They're going to develop into him, or they're going to, put some development into him and see what he can give them. See what he can give them, because the defense is there. The defense is as advertised, but he's got to develop an offensive game in order to get NBA quality minutes. AP reminding people to hit the like button. Absolutely. This is a brand new stream, so even though you hit the like, even if you might have hit the like button on the previous stream, go ahead, hit the like button on this stream. I'd very much appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. We're gonna get over to the Luka Doncic team now. The Los Angeles Lakers, the home team. We're gonna start with Luka, of course. The last time we watched a Lakers game, Luka was not available, so we should be treated to a nice, fun show tonight. I mean, these averages are ridiculous: 35 points per game, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. We know what he's capable of. The three-point percentage is on the rise after a slow start to the year. The field goal percentage damn near 50. He is who he is. It's Luka. Good luck. I could say that about almost every star in the league. But specifically with guys like Wemby and Luka, there really is no good matchup for them. Good luck. They're getting their numbers. They're putting buckets on you. So we're going to go right to LeBron now. Interesting. I thought Austin Reeves was coming up, but I did not update it. So LeBron is now coming up. LeBron's coming back from the sciatica. He also now has a sore foot. He's got arthritis in his foot. That's what it is. I mean, this man is too old to continue playing basketball. If he were smart, he would retire at the end of the year. Would not announce it earlier or whatever. He may play again next year. Who knows? But he's 40. It's LeBron. We know LeBron can give people. He's old now, so he's not at that level anymore. What do you want me to say about LeBron? We've been watching him for 2 decades now. I got nothing else to say about LeBron. We know who he is. We know what he can do. He's just old. Timothy Santiago, what's up, Tim? Lakers still overrated? I mean, we'll see. We'll see as the season goes on. They're off to a hot start now. They're second in the East. Student said, leave LeBron alone. I think that this is his last season. LeBron has too much ego to not announce his last season to get the big farewell tour. He's got too much ego to not do that. Stir Show said LeBron hopefully plays until he's in diapers. Now go out while you're still capable of being a good basketball player. We get to Austin Reeves, who's having a career breakout, all-star, all-NBA level season. 28 points per game, 6.6 assists. The rebounds and assists slightly down after he started the year and he was like a triple-double threat on every given night. He still can be a triple-double threat, but now playing alongside Luka and LeBron, the ball's in his hands a little bit less. That's starting to come down just a little bit. But 52% from the field, 36% from three-point range. He's still a dangerous man. 3.3 turnovers, not bad. 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio is not all that great as a tertiary ball handler now, playing alongside Luka, playing alongside LeBron. So I don't love that. Turning it over a little bit too much for me. But Reeves has made another leap this season, hitting the prime of his career and upping his playmaking. I mean, this is he could be the centerpiece of a Giannis trade possibly. He could be, I don't know, he could just be the backcourt mate of Luka Doncic for years to come. Who knows? Who knows? He is 27 years old. He is entering his prime. He's ready to go. He is ready to go. We get over to DeAndre Ayton. And I'm not changing this man's context because it still continues to surprise me. We all thought Ayton in Los Angeles, playing for psychotic basketball head coach J.J. Redick, was going to be a disaster waiting to happen. But he's been consistent and seems bought into his role. So I'm going to tip my cat over to DeAndre Ayton. He's been ready to go. I think he understands the opportunity he has here. He can up his profile in the league. He can score a lot of points, get a lot of accolades, be a part of a really, really good winning basketball team after playing for a Portland team that was not trying to win basketball games. 16 points per game, 8.6 rebounds and assists. He's just doing his job, rolling to the rim. I'm going to say this about a couple of players as we go down the Lakers roster here. If you're a big man playing alongside Luka Doncic, your job's really easy, man. Your job's really easy. All you got to do is set a good screen and roll to the rim, and Luka's going to make your job really easy. He's going to throw it up right where you want it, and you're going to be able to throw it down with 2 hands. He's going to hit you with drop-off passes, slip passes, all the things you need. He's going to make your life so easy. He made Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford look like all-star level centers. So giving him like a guy with actual offensive capability and DeAndre Ayton to play with, I mean, Ayton looks fantastic so far for the Lakers. But also, you put DeAndre Ayton alongside a playmaker like Austin Reeves, especially what he's doing this year. Like, now my job even gets even easier because I don't have just one pick and roll partner. Now I have two fantastic pick and roll partners. And then LeBron comes back from injury, and it's like, I have three pick and roll partners now who are all like phenomenal, mega-sized brain passers and playmakers to just continuously feed me the ball. I mean, it is ridiculous how easy DeAndre Ayton's life is playing alongside these three guys. Now, I will say on the defensive end, his job is a little bit harder because we know Luka, Reeves, and LeBron are defensive liabilities. So his life gets a little bit harder on that end. But he really doesn't have to do a whole lot. Doesn't really have to do a whole lot at all. Then Ayton's only 27. Really thought he was older. Is he 27? He is only 27. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't drafted all that long ago, right? Number 1 overall pick. He was in the Luka Doncic draft. I forgot about that. He was in the Luka Doncic draft. He was the number 1 overall pick, and Luka dropped the 3rd. That's to take a 30-minute break and think of something else to write in the chat. Oh, Timothy Santiago. Yeah, I saw that, brother. We get over to Rui Hachimura. Hachimura coming off the bench. Or he might be in the starting lineup tonight. Either way, Hachimura is solid. He's like 46% for three-point range. He lights it up. He was the guy who knocked down the big three on the LeBron pass after LeBron only scored 8. Gave it up to him. He knocked down the game-winning shot at the buzzer. We're about to get to the tip-off here, so we're going to run through it real quick. We're almost at the end. We get the Marcus Smart, who is not playing tonight. He's still out with the injury, I believe. We get the Dalton Connect, who's just the three-point marksman off the bench. Could do a little bit more with the ball in his hands and whatnot. He's solid. We're going to get the starting lineups. This is Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup. Hold on. We know the Spurs starting lineup. You got Castle, Vassell, Fox, Barnes, and Cornette. Yes, we know this. Cornette is starting in for the injured Wemby. We know this. The Lakers, they are starting Hachimura along with DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves. Normal starting lineup. Hachimura is the 5th of the core 4 there. So, Suns Gen said, don't get me started on Ayton. I'm sure you got a lot of thoughts on Ayton. One of the other guys we want to talk about, Jake LaRavia, comes off the bench. Good, solid, strong wing for them. A good, versatile player. A little bit of all-around player. Jack of all trades, master of none type. And then the last guy we want to talk, not the last guy. Jared Vanderbilt's the odd man now. He's probably not going to get a ton of minutes tonight. Running through it real quick because we're getting to the tip-off here. Jackson Hayes is the backup big man. He was a starter last year. Again, like DeAndre Ayton, good rim runner, catch lobs, athletic as hell. Life made supremely easy playing with 3 generationally talented passers out of the pick and roll. So Jackson Hayes has value. He has value. If you can catch lobs, Luka will make you look good. That's the analysis of Jackson Hayes on this team. With that being said, we're getting ready to tip off. Ooh, we ran through it all, y'all. We ran through it all. All 4 teams. We got our little pregame preamble in. Love to see it. Love to see it. We are off and running. Here we go. Getting ready for the tip. Ayton versus Cornette. Whew. That was a quick one. Ooh, almost even ran out of breath a little bit there. Here we go. Lakers win the tip. Luka Doncic will bring it down. Leaves it off for Reeves. Reeves will bring it down. Reeves gets it back to Luka. Up top to LeBron. Back to Luka. Luka coming to his right. Being guarded by Castle. Coming off the Ayton screen down the lane. Throws up the lob. Got broken up by Cornette. Ayton able to recover. Kicks it out to Reeves. Left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Out of bounds off of the Lakers. The Spurs will bring it down. Hopefully we get a much more entertaining game here. Because that's a 10:13 p.m. energy. Well done. I'm trying to summon that energy. The Spurs lowered the energy for me, man. Not the Spurs. The Suns lowered the energy for me. I need the Spurs to pick it back up here. Vassell off the handoff down the lane, misses the floater. Ayton with the rebound. Here comes Luka. Cross-court pass over to Hachimura. Hachimura back to LeBron. Bron over to Reeves. Reeves coming to his left, steps back, pump fakes, gets it back to LeBron in the post, being guarded by Barnes. Faces up. Jab step, coming to his left, hesitates down the lane, follow-away jumper at the paint, foul line jumper, got it to go. LeBron opening up the game. Here comes Fox, bringing it down the other way, coming to his right, behind the back, blowing past James, has it in the lane. They recover, they kick it out to Vassell. Vassell up top, being guarded by Hachimura. Over to Castle. Castle against James, down the lane. Takes the contact, draws the foul on LeBron. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws for Stephon Castle. Just that the Spurs are overall pretty young, should be energized. I expect them to be energized. It's just me needing the energy from them. Like, I need them to transfer the energy to me. So Castle is at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knocks the first one down. Got another one coming. Castle knocked down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. And he knocks them both down. Tied up at 2. And here come the Lakers. Reeves has it up top. Reeves coming to his left off the James screen. Get it to James in the post. Cross court over to Ayton in the paint. Throws up the floater. Bounces on the rim and gets a nice friendly roll as he gets it to drop down. Here come the Spurs quickly trying to push the other way. I expect the Spurs pace to overwhelm the Lakers at some point here. They are the younger team, more athletic team as De'Aaron Fox steps back for a 3 over Austin Reeves there. There you go. And the Spurs take their first lead of the game, 5-4. Luka walking down Castle. Luka coming to his left off the Ayton screen. In the paint, driving it down. Throws up the little floater over Castle. Got it to go. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. He's just too big, too strong, too talented at that point. Nice soft touch for Luka. Here comes De'Aaron Fox. He has it up top, being guarded by Reeves. They get it over to Barnes. Barnes back to Fox. De'Aaron Fox up top, dancing with it against LeBron. Step back, mid-range follow-away jumper. Rattles it in. De'Aaron Fox getting off to a nice hot start. Knocked down his first 2 shots of the game. Reeves bringing it down the other way. Fox will pick him up. Reeves coming to his left. Now to his right on the rescreen from Ayton. Loses the handle. Almost lost it. Leaves it off for Ayton. Ayton throws up another floater. And another basket for DeAndre Ayton there. And these two teams going back and forth right now. Good offensive execution between the both of them. Fox over the top pass to Barnes. No hesitation 3 over LeBron. Comes up short. Can't get the friendly bounce. Luka with the rebound. Home run pass to LeBron. Ball knocked out of the air by Barnes. And it's going to stay with the Lakers. Luka will inbound it. Get it into Ayton. Back to Luka. Luka coming to his right off the handoff. In the paint. Leans in. Draws the foul. And gets the floater to go. So it's 10-7. We'll look at the foul line for one more. The thing that makes the Lakers so hard to guard is that there's no real good matchup for Luka. And you're also worried about Reeves. And then you're also worried about the size and strength of LeBron. So Castle ends up on Luka, but he's just not like physically strong enough to stick with him. Like, he's going to have to rely a lot on his athleticism and quickness to kind of bother him. But Luka's so big and strong and composed that it's not really going to bother him, you know. Castle gets into the lane, had nowhere to go, kicks it out to Vassell. Vassell kicks it over to Fox. Fox over to Barnes. Pump fakes, fly-by defense from Luka Doncic. Barnes puts up the 3, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Ayton knocks over to Reeves. Luka did knock down the end. 1 free throw, by the way, so it's 11-7. Reeves lob over the pass to LeBron. LeBron gets the layup to go. Great job sealing off the defender and able to lay it in. Beautiful pass from Reeves, by the way. So now it's 13-7. Fox has it up top, being guarded by Reeves. They get it over to Vassell. Down the lane, in the paint. Little pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. LeBron rips it down. Here comes James. Hit ahead to Reeves. Reeves on the right wing, being guarded by Fox. Over the top pass to Ayton. Catches, goes up, gets blocked. Cornette with the rebound. Gets it back to Vassell. Vassell bringing it down the other way. Spurs trying to push. Right? The Lakers want to play in the half court. Spurs want to play in transition. Fox kicks it out. Vassell, a 3 on the relocation. Can't get that one to go. Luka with the rebound. Hit ahead to Reeves. Reeves on the right wing. Being guarded by Fox. Cross court over to James. James being guarded by Barnes. Coming to his left off the Hachimura screen. Over the top. Tried to throw over the top pass, but Vassell knocked it into the air. Castle able to pick it up. He's got one man to beat him. Doncic gets into the paint, and he lays it up and in. Again, using the athleticism, his jumping ability to just blow past Luka Doncic there and gets the easy layup. Beautiful move from him. Gave 2 points to the wrong side. It's 9-13. 7:45 to go. Reeves has it up top. Coming to his right off the Ayton screen. Pocket pass to Ayton. Foul line pull-up jumper. Got it to go. DeAndre Ayton. Good feel from him knowing probably not going to get all the way to the rim. Very comfortable pulling up in that little 10 to 15 spot range right there. He's knocked down 2 floaters and now that little jump shot off the pick and pop after the pick and pop. Cross-court pass. Castle right corner 3. It's not his game. Can't get that one to go. LeBron with the long rebound. bringing it down now. Spots up for the deep straightaway three. Can't get that one to go. Would have been a huge momentous shot for the Lakers there. Here come the Spurs and Castle pushing it the other way quickly. They throw a lob up the cornet. Ayton breaks it up. Not a good pass there. So not very good decisions here from the Spurs. Lakers continue to execute their offense well. Luka has it up top, being guarded by Castle. Spins off to the defender, snaking it back to his left. Step back, fall away, long three. Can't get that one to go. Fox able to pick up the rebound. Home run pass over to Castle. Again, one-on-one against Luka. Draws the foul that time and gets the layup to go. And we're under 7 minutes to go. Castle will go to the foul line for one more. Does that to LeBron, almost tearing his jersey off his chest. Is the first hit on a new game bingo card? What do you mean? Did that happen? Did I miss that? What did I miss? Stir Show said this is OKC Suns 2.0. I don't know about that, brother. I don't know about that. Both of these teams pretty good. Both of these teams pretty healthy. Just as that said, Luka be in the ref's face a lot. Yeah. Big crybaby. I will say, he has toned it down since being here with the Lakers. Toned it down a little bit. Probably because he's getting almost every recall he wants. Just as that also said, Castle gets a nice whistle. Yeah, he does. I will say, when you're the aggressor going downhill to the basket and you're as, like, explosive as Castle is, sometimes you get the benefit of the doubt with the whistle. Susan said, I just want to say I'm so happy that 4 seasons ago I found the Chevy play-by-play artist, and I have learned a lot more about basketball and enjoying myself at the same time. Appreciate you, Susan. Appreciate you. Love having you around. Just that it was earlier on, LeBron always stretches his jersey out, like to the limit. He has ripped. He's ripped one doing it before. Hilarious. Yeah, that is his pregame routine. Like he works out shirtless, like he warms up shirtless. I just don't think he likes wearing shirts. I think he wants the jersey as loose as possible for himself. So, whatever you need to do. Remember when they had to sleeve the jerseys and he hated those things and he ripped the sleeves off to give himself more breathing room? I just think LeBron doesn't really like shirts. I don't think he likes the feeling of having the things hanging over his shoulders. I like shoes. What's up? I like shoes. You really dedicated to covering these games. Love that for you. Appreciate you. I like shoes. Appreciate you. Basketball's on. So we're going to watch some basketball. This is that Hulk Hogan's jersey. Maybe he's testing it out, man. Maybe he's testing out the strength of the fabric. Who knows? We're under 7 minutes to go. It's 15-11. Both teams operating pretty well out of the half court right now. Like I said, the Spurs want to get out in transition. The Lakers want to play in the half court. That's a JR and LeBron cut from the same shirtlessness. That's a good one. Andre Y. Gale, what's up, Andre? Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, Andre. Appreciate you. We will be live on Saturday for the Knicks game, 5:30 start time. What is the other? Is it the? It's going to be this game, right? It's the NBA Cup night, so it's going to be both of these games. I like shoes. Said the OKC game is crazy. 50-point blowout is criminal. Yeah, you gotta have a little bit more respect for yourself. I know OKC's awesome. You can't get blown out by 50, man. Can't let that happen. Castle knocks down his and one free throw. Dylan Harper is in the game for Fox. Luka coming to his right off the screen to kick it out to Hachimura, left corner three, splashes it. Oof. 18-12, 6-point game. Castle bringing it down. Has it up top. Castle being guarded by Reeves, coming to his right off a double screen. Kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes catches, fires a left corner three, no hesitation, and he gets those 3 points right back from Hachimura, knocking down the corner three. Here comes Luka bringing it down the other way, being guarded by Castle. Coming to his right off the 8-inch screen. in the lane, at the foul line, fending off Castle behind him. Little fall away, one-legged push shot, can't get it to go. Ayton battling on the glass. Castle knocks it loose. Vassell picks it up. Vassell has it up top, waiting for Luke Cornett. They get it over to Harper. Harper coming to his left. Back to Vassell. Vassell in the lane. And they call a travel, and they call a travel on Vassell. For some reason, they'll allow you to take 5 steps on a double step back, step through, pick up a pivot foot, but they won't allow you to do a hop step. Maybe that makes sense. To me, that's more of a natural basketball move. That's using 2 steps out of 1 move. But, okay. Gabe Vincent gets it over to Luka. Luka has it up top being guarded by Vassell. Get it over to Reeves cutting around. He loses the handle. Bad pass from Luka. Harper picks it off. He's going to go all the way. Scoop lay with the right hand. Got it to go. And it's back to a 1-point game. 5:30 to go. Luka gets a screen in the backcourt. He's got a running start against Luke Cornett. Leans in. Gets caught in the air. Leaves it off for Ayton. Ayton gets caught. Takes it out. Reeves pump fakes and gets fouled by Harper as he got caught with the pump fake. Foul on the floor as Reeves tried to attack the basket. Just as that said, Rui has found his spot. Yeah, I mean, look, man, if you trade for a young Wizards player that they're out on, 9 times out of 10 so far, just off of just what has happened around the league, they're pretty decent basketball players. You got Hachimura, you got Denny Avdia, you got Daniel Gafford. Who else do you have? You got Ryan Rollins. Just go ahead and trade for one of those young Wizards players that Washington is out on, right? Like maybe Koulibaly's another one. They call a foul on Castle, by the way, a blocking foul. He made contact with Reeves, accidentally forearmed him in the face. Side out of bounds for the Lakers. They get it over to Luka. Luka swings through to his right down the lane, draws the foul, can't get the floater to go, and he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. That's at Saturday, 5:30 p.m. It's time. Absolutely. We will be live at 5 o'clock to go through our regular pregame. 5:30 tip-off, which means we'll probably tip it off around 5:40. But Doncic at the foul line. Misses a free throw. Oh, Marcus Smart is available. I should have went through him in the pregame. Marcus Smart is available to play tonight. Susan said, has Wemby ever played an entire season since being in the NBA? No, this is only his 3rd season, but no, he hasn't. Most players don't. There's only like 3 players in NBA season who actually play all 82. Luka misses both free throws. Fox is back in the game, shovels it out to Keldon Johnson. Johnson over to Champagnie. Champagnie swing throughs to his left, gets it out to Cornett. Back up top to Johnson. Johnson coming to his left, driving it down. Now crossing over to his right, in the lane against Smart. Pump fake, stops, spins. Scoop play with the right hand, can't get it to go. Good contest from DeAndre Ayton there. Good defense from Ayton and Smart. Reeves gets it over to Luka. A deep pull-up 3 for Luka. Splashes it, nothing but net. Luka with the actual catch and shoot out of transition. You rarely see that. Harper has it on the left wing, being guarded by Gabe Vincent. Blows past him, gets into the lane. Lefty layup, can't get it to go, but draws the foul on Ayton. It's going to send him to the foul line for 2. I forgot when you watch a Lakers game, it's going to be 1,000 free throws because the Lakers get all the foul calls. I forgot. Luka, they just put this up right now. Luka Doncic averages 21.1 points per game in the first half. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Harper made the first free throw, misses the second free throw, grabs his own offensive rebound and puts it back up. Classic 3-point play for Dylan Harper. Did that on purpose. 20-21, 4:30 to go. Luka has it up top, coming to his right off a double screen. Jackson Hayes is in the game for Ayton. A step back 3 for Luka, just hit one, misses that one, comes up short. Kelly Olynyk has just subbed in for Cornett. He picks up the rebound. Fox, cross court over to Harper, pass fake, driving it down, half spin in the paint, pump fakes again, kicks it out to Johnson, swings it up top to Fox. Fox calling for a screen, with Kelly Olynyk coming to his left, driving it down, stops, fall away mid-range jumper, can't get that one to go. And Austin Reeves with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Reeves gets it over to Doncic. Doncic being guarded by Olynyk. Dancing with it. Step back three for him. Splashes it nothing but net. Luka continues to be supremely confident with that jumper. And the Spurs call a timeout. Lakers up by 4, 24-20. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. These are the only 2 games on tonight, so not going to have an opportunity to go around the league, although what we can do, yesterday, actually we can't go yesterday either, because yesterday was the East games, which we know. The Knicks ended up being the Raptors in somewhat of a blowout fashion. Magic ended up being the Heat, and they ended up pulling away in the second half there. But if we go to tomorrow I don't think we're going to be doing a game. Right? I don't think we're going to be doing a game tomorrow because you got Clippers-Rockets. In fact, we can go back to the full screen. You got Clippers-Rockets. Not interested in this game, to be honest. You got Celtics-Bucks. Bucks no Giannis. Not interested in this game. I think the Celtics are going to beat the crap out of them. You got Blazers-Pelicans. Not interested in watching the Pelicans as much as I do find interest in watching Derek Queen. I don't find interest in watching a full Pelicans game. I don't think that's going to be an interesting watch. The only interesting game that could happen is the Nuggets-Kings, although I don't really want to watch the Kings. Kings are, mediocre, and mediocre is bad, right? Mediocre is bad. Unentertaining, not fun. I think the Nuggets could possibly lose. Like, it could be a fun, interesting game in terms of, like, the game is actually going to be close. But I just have no interest in the Kings, So I don't think we're going to be live tomorrow. Listen, we're doing 2 games back-to-back here tonight. So tomorrow we might take off. Probably going to take off. But we will be back on Friday. Friday we're going to do Hawks versus Pistons. Our third, funnily enough, they just continuously play each other. Our third Hawks versus Pistons coverage. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time, so we'll be live at 6:30 on Friday. And then Saturday, obviously, we have the 2 games. So we'll do Knicks Magic, 5:30 start time, so we'll be live at 5. And then the night game, so we'll actually have some time in between the games. They're not back-to-back, right? So if it's a 5:30 start time, the game's probably going to end around usually about 2.5 hours, so it's going to end around 8. We'll have an hour in between the games, or I guess 30 minutes, because then I'll go live at 8:30 for that one. But Susan said Hawks versus Pistons, good game. Yeah, they usually end up being pretty good games. Kinar said, okay, bet here is Vassell under 14.5. Really? Interesting. Susan said, if the Knicks win versus the Orlando Magic, are in the final come tournament game? Yes. Saturday, the winner in these 2 games will move on to the final championship game. I said Reddick is generally FOS regarding, what's FOS mean? What does FOS mean? Hold on, I'm going to figure this out. I can figure this out. I could use context clues. Let me read the rest of your comment. Regarding history, if the grades and specifically the LeBron nonsense, but he seems to know how to coach. I'm optimistic about the Magic. The Deuce is going to hurt. We're not optimistic versus OKC. We'll see. We got to get there first, right? We're back in. Keldon Johnson drives down the lane, knocks down the layup over Jackson Hayes. Marcus Smart has it up top. Leaves it off of Reeves. Reeves pump fakes. Coming to his left. Pulls it back out. Now coming to his right. Off the Smart screen. Good switching defense to get it over to Smart. Pass fake. Smart behind the back. Step back. Kicks it out to Luka. Luka catches. Throws it up. Can't get it to go. Looking for a foul call. Doesn't get it. And they're off and running. Pushing the other way. It's a 5-on-3. They get over to Olynyk. Olynyk over to Harper. Harper right corner 3. They'll dare him to shoot. He obliges. Can't get it to go. But Keldon Johnson battling on the offensive glass. Gets the tip to go. Here comes Reeves bringing it down. Dancing with it up top. Coming to his left off the Smart screen. Crosses over to his right. Down the lane. Scoop blade with the right hand. Got that one to go from Austin Reeves. Tough finish from him. And now here comes De'Aaron Fox. Leaves it off of Keldon Johnson. He's going to drive it down. Stops in the paint. Kicks it back up top to Fox. Good defense from the Lakers to build up a wall. Leave it off for Olynyk. Olynyk has it up top. Fakes the handoff. Coming to his left. Fakes the handoff again. And then Reeves runs into Olynyk. Olynyk takes a dive. And he gets the foul call. Go back to our game cast. Back to our game cast. My bad, Joe. There we go. AP reminding people of the like button. Appreciate you, AP. If you're enjoying the show so far, go ahead and leave a like. Would very much appreciate it. They get it over to Olynyk. Olynyk has it up top, attacking to his left against Jackson Hayes. Stop, turn, half spin, has it along the baseline, has nowhere to go. Kicks it out to nobody. Champagnie has to go chase it. Shot clock winding down. He heaves a 45-footer. Hit the back rim, almost got it to go. Ball finds it back out to Keldon Johnson. Sets his feet, fires, and knocks it down. And the Spurs retake the lead, 27-26. Under 2 to go. A little over 2 to go, excuse me. Doncic bringing it down, leans in, kicks it out to Marcus Smart at the last second. Wide open 3 for him. Shoots up an air ball. Ball lands right into the hands of Jackson Hayes. LeBron swings it out to Luka. Pump fakes. Driving it down against Olynyk. Spins off of him. Puts up the little floater in the paint. Can't get it to go. And Luka is hurting. Luka is hurting bad. They get over to Harper. Crosses over on LaRavia. Gets the easy layup. Beautiful crossover from Harper. Beautiful crossover, man. Luka is what? Holding his face? Ay. Luka, play basketball, brother. And a technical on Luka. Whining and crying to the ref. Luka saying he got hit in the face. Show the replay. Did he get hit in the face bad? He did get hit in the face by Olynyk. But it wasn't that bad, brother. That's incidental contact. You got to keep playing. He did get hit in the face. Should have been a foul. But he's like hunched over, holding his eye. That could hurt. I get it. That could hurt. But like, come on, man. Champagnie knocks down the technical free throw. .144 to go here in the first quarter. Oh, LeBron must have got, Luka must have really got hit in the eye. He's now, holding a towel up to it. Ay. Said, man, I like these young Spurs. Me too, man. I really like Dylan Harper's game. I really like Stephon Castle's game. They throw it over the top of LeBron. He seals off yet again, and he gets another layup. Nice pass. Who was that? Marcus Smart with a nice pass. 30-28. De'Aaron Fox coming to his left off the Olynyk screen. Pulls it back out. Shovels it out to Olynyk. Back to Fox. Fox hands it off to Harper. Harper crosses over to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper for him. Way off on that one. Luka with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Hit ahead to James. James spins off of Keldon Johnson. But Keldon Johnson knocks it out. Knocks the ball loose from behind him. Olynyk gets it out to Keldon Johnson. Sets his feet and fires from 3 again. Keldon Johnson 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. Not normally his game, but feeling himself here tonight. Firing it away and knocking it down. We're under a minute to go. Luka, step back 3 for him. Comes up short, long rebound. Keldon Johnson pulls it down. We talked about Keldon Johnson developing into a really important bench piece for this Spurs team. Dylan Harper has it up top, being guarded by LaRavia. Going to wind down a little bit of the time here. Now he's going to run pick and roll with Fox. They send the go screen. Fox spreads it out to 3, and he knocks down the 3. 2 straight 3-pointers for the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs there gives them an 8-point lead. 30 seconds to go. Marcus Smart bringing it down the other way, trying to go all the way, and does knock down the lefty layup. Again, he's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Lakers doing a lot of whining and crying so far here. Here comes Dylan Harper bringing it down. Harper has it up top. They're going to hold it for what could be the final shot of the quarter. There's only about a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so it very well could be the final shot of the quarter. Harper has it up top, coming to his right, attacking Luka off the bounce. Goes under the rim. Kicks it out to Champagnie. Extra pass. Keldon Johnson wide open. Straightaway 3. Rattles it in. 3 for 3 from 3-point range for Keldon Johnson. What a spark off the bench he has been. A 9-point lead for the Lakers. 3/4 court heave for Jake LaRavia is not even close. And that will end our first quarter. 39 first quarter points for the San Antonio Spurs is exactly what you would like to see as a Spurs fan. Taking advantage of the Luka-less minutes there. Awazi Changes? What's up, Awa? Bet 500 the Spurs to win? Not a bad bet. Not a bad bet. 500 is a lot to me. I said, can I become a Spurs fan? Yeah, I know. I never stepped foot in Texas. Listen, man, everybody is allowed a secondary team, especially if it's from the other conference. I think everybody's allowed a secondary team. Look, I cover basketball games all around the league. I have favorite players that don't wear Knicks jerseys. I have teams that I like to root for that aren't the Knicks. The Knicks are always going to be number one, right? You're allowed to root for other teams, though. Just, when they play your favorite team, you obviously don't root for them that night. You're allowed to like other teams. I said, Keldon Johnson. Yeah, Keldon Johnson, man. He was, it's interesting because he was the first, real draft pick when the Spurs were committing to, a rebuild after, obviously, the Duncan era ended. And they had moved on to, LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan and, those years. Keldon Johnson was, the first draft pick that they had where it was oh, this is, a building block draft pick that they think they're going to have in Keldon Johnson here. He's 26 years old now. And he has remained with the team. He was at one point the go-to guy. He's had a season where I think he's averaged 20 points per game. He's now coming off the bench, which is a more natural role for him. Again, like I said, he's on this Josh Hart-ish trajectory. He's not the player Josh Hart is because he's not a playmaker. He's not the ball handler Josh Hart is. But he's a physical driver, an inconsistent three-point shooter. You're seeing tonight he's 3 for 3 from 3. He's up to 13 points. A great rebounder for his position and size. He's got 5 rebounds already. He averages 6.5. He's fantastic off the bench for them. Gives them a great spark. Decent defender. AB said, because the Lakers expect everything to go their way. You're not wrong about that, my brother. You're not wrong about that. KNR said, well, I'm already rooting for Jamari Bouye as of this week. Do I have an obscure role player that I like to root for? Trying to think. Nah, I think all the role players I root for are notable ones. I just find myself rooting for the young guy trying to establish himself in the league. Those are the guys I tend to gravitate to. I'm rooting for Reed Shepherd's success. Who else that people I'm rooting for Jabari Smith Jr.'s success. Every time people write off young rookie players, I'm you know what? I'm rooting for that guy. I'm rooting for that guy to pull it off. AP said, can root for the Spurs, 99, New York for me, so New York, Knicks, and Brooklyn. You root for Brooklyn? Ugh. That's worse than rooting for the Spurs, brother. I mean, look, the Spurs just beat the Knicks in 99. That's it, that's it. They were the better team. They swept them. It wasn't even a close series, so, I don't know how you could hate the Spurs. The Lakers come out in a zone? Okay. Stephon Castle weaves his way into the paint. Can't knock down the bank fade away along the right side of the court. Here comes James off the rebound. Putting his head down, attacking at the foul line. Low fall-away jumper. Comes up short. Cornette with the rebound. Fox, quick hit ahead. Castle has it in the lane. Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson drives to his left. Gets into the paint. Pump fakes. Kicks it out to Fox. Fox has it, being guarded by Vincent. And De'Aaron Fox steps on the out-of-bounds line. So one ref ruled it out of bounds, and then the other ref ruled it a kick ball. So they're going to give the ball back to the Spurs. I said, I like Tari Eason, Abdiya, that guy from Denver, Payne Watson, even Jordan Walsh, even though he's on Hate Boston. Yeah, that's a good point. I really like role players coming out of the draft. I like Jordan Walsh coming out of Arkansas, and I liked Jaime Jaquez coming out of UCLA, and they ended up on Knicks rivals, unfortunately. So it's hard for me to root for those guys, but I do like them, and I am rooting for their success a little bit. Fox misses the 3. Reeves has it inside to Ayton. Ayton kicks it out to James. Back to Reeves. Reeves the straightaway 3 over Fox. Can't get it to go. Champagnie with the rebound. Spurs still holding on to the 9-point lead here, 39-30. Neither team has scored here so far here in the second. Champagnie wide open right wing 3. Splashes it out the net, and just as I say that, he takes the lid off the basket for his Spurs. Here comes Reeves bringing it down the other way, trying to answer. Fox applying some backcourt pressure, and Fox picks the pocket of Austin Reeves against LeBron, goes up, gets chased down, blocked by LeBron, because of course he does. Barnes saves it. Who's going to pick it up? Jake LaRavia picks it up. Hit head in the corner, over to LaRavia. LaRavia over to James. James in the paint. Takes it out to Gabe Vincent, wide open right corner three. Can't get that one to go after all of that. Here comes Champagnie. Even at the ripe old age of 40, LeBron's still getting chased down blocks. Castle down the lane, bump Euro. Leaves it off for Cornet at the last second, and Cornet smokes a layup, but he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. I said, I got nothing but respect for Maxey, and I like their kid McCain. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that I like Philly's young core group of players. It sucks that I really like Maxey. I like them coming out of Kentucky, and from what I read, the Knicks really wanted Maxey in the draft, but Philly took him, and so they pivoted over to his backcourt mate and quickly. But I think the idea was trying to make sure Maxey falls down to them. Would have been glorious. But yeah, I love Maxey. McCain's all right. I like McCain. We'll see how he continues to develop. I love Edgecombe. Always liked Grimes. Luke Cornet knocked down both free throws. It's 44-30. Spurs with a 14-point lead. Reeves catches, pump fakes, pulls it back out. Coming to is right up the James screen. Now back to James. James on the left wing, being guarded by Vassell. Stops, turns, spins. Lobs it up top to Aiden. Catches, goes up. Smokes a layup. LeBron right there. He smokes a layup on the putback. And Cornet cleans it up with the rebound. Here comes Castle. Bullet pass in the corner to Barnes. Barnes going along the baseline. Goes up, reverse layup. Wild layup attempt. Can't get it to go. Barnes was looking for the foul call. James picks up the rebound. Gets tripped up by Castle. And it's going to be a foul on Castle. AB said, I still think the Lakers and Spurs get help with draft slots. I don't think the Spurs get help with draft slots. Well, I mean, I guess. I don't think the Lakers get help with draft spots. I mean, the last time they moved up in the draft was the Lonzo Ball draft. Team that gets helped in the draft all the time is Philly, Cleveland, New Orleans. Teams that need draft picks. Reeves gets it over to James. James has it up top in the corner to Laravia. Laravia left corner three. Can't get it to go. Champagnie with the rebound. Hit ahead to Castle. Castle bringing it down. Leaves it off for Champagnie. A straightaway three in transition. Got it to go. And the Spurs are now threatening to run away with it. Are we going to get 2 blowouts in a row? Come on, West. Come on, Western Conference. I said I like what Edey is making for himself in Memphis. Graveyard with everyone doubting him. Yeah, and I'm one of those people. And you know what? I'm still going to doubt him. But he is proving me wrong for sure. He has been fantastic so far this year. I'm still rooting against him, though. I'm not rooting against him. But I would still like to see more. From Edey. But he's been fantastic, man. He has definitely proved me wrong so far. Did not think he was going to be able to keep up pace-wise in the league. But, he came into the league at a time where the league is now starting to trend a little bit bigger. Like, they're going back to more traditional big men. So he came into the league at a really good time. Monkey Man said, why is Luka out right now? Because Luka cannot play 48 games, my brother. He's got to take a rest at some point. I said Norman Powell's story is kind of nice too. Yeah, I really like Norman Powell. He's actually gotten better this year than he was last year, which is crazy because he's now in his 30s and he's still taking leaps in his developmental career. Usually at that time you kind of are who you are. He continues to get better, man. I tip my cap off to him. Yeah, I like his story too. AB said, and the Lakers? The Lakers don't move up, brother. The Lakers don't move up. When was the last time they moved up in the draft? It was Lonzo Ball, and that's pretty much it. Listen, man, you could dislike the Lakers without making up reasons to dislike them. Student said Adam Silver did his thing with the Mavericks and Cooper Flag. Yeah. I said moving up is usually a bad move. What do you mean? Moving up in the draft is usually a bad move? Got 9 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Spurs threatening to run away with this one, 47-30. Although when you have Luka Doncic on your team and Austin Reeves, you can catch fire at any moment. I wouldn't count this team out yet. You know, I said, but I wish we moved up for Maxey. But the one that kills me every time, I think, is we missed Dwayne Wade. The Knicks have an opportunity for Dwayne Wade in 03. Oh, you mean like trading up in the draft? No, I was just talking about moving up, like winning the lottery and moving up. Trading up usually a bad move. I mean, here's my philosophy during the NBA draft. Target a player within your range that is gettable, and then just go get that player, right? Like if the Knicks really like Tyrese Maxey, you call after you learn that Philadelphia is going to take Maxey because teams are calling each other and like, what are you thinking? I'm thinking of this guy. What are you thinking? I'm thinking, oh, we're thinking of taking this guy. Like, oh, well, I'm interested in that guy too. Do you think like how interested are you? Like, is there a swap possible? Like at that point, I'm calling up Philly and I'm going, guys, you really want Maxey? What is it going to take? We're not that much farther down. Is there a swap possible here? That's my philosophy. Identify a player you want that's within your range. Go get that player in the draft. LeBron knocks down the mid-range jumper coming out of the timeout. Let's see how the Lakers respond after going down 17. Stephon Castle driving it down, draws the foul. DeAndre Ayton gets swatted out of bounds, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. I said, yeah, we only missed them by 1 or 2 spots. Dwayne Wade? That's the 03 draft. The Knicks have a pick in that high in the 03 draft? Who did they take? Which draft? Who did they take in 03? 2003 NBA draft. Not images. Castle knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Guess which team never moves up? The Knicks. The Knicks have only moved up one time, and that was in the inaugural draft lottery. The Knicks. The Knicks were 9th. They took Michael Sweetney in that draft. But everybody good was already taken. So they were 1, 2, 3, 4 picks away. They weren't all that close. 4 picks in the lottery is a lot. I think we had 7 that year. We had 9 that year. Michael Sweetney went 9. On the Lakers scored, DeAndre Ayton got a tip up and in. My bad. I think we got Chandler. No, we got Michael Sweetney that year. All right, Sweetney, yeah. Yeah. Michael Sweetney that year. I think Wilson Chandler was the year after. Did you get Chandler first or did they get Gallinari first? I can't remember. I want to wait so bad. Yeah, they just weren't really close to high enough to really threaten to trade up in there. Trading up from 9 to 4 is like, whoa. Normally don't see that. Castle has it up top. 48 to 34. Gets it over to Vassell. Mid-range jumper for Vassell. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. We're getting a lot of fouls called here. A lot of whistles. We're only 4 minutes into the second quarter here, and it is almost 11 o'clock. Susan said, I'm glad the Knicks didn't get Wade. His lifestyle is more fitting for Florida. Well, his lifestyle is more fitting for Florida because he got drafted to Florida. He's from Chicago, so his lifestyle would have been perfectly fine, perfectly suited for New York, for sure. Jay Hammer said we took Carmelo. They did not take Carmelo in the draft, Jay Hammer. They traded for Carmelo years later. We got 8:05 to go here in the second quarter. Spurs still holding on to a 14-point lead. The Lakers are going to use their challenge here. Challenge the foul on Vassell's jump shot. I feel like this game has been going on for forever. I can tell you right now we have been live. We're going into hour 4. Probably got like 2 hours left here tonight. We will be live probably until like 1 in the morning. If this game if the Spurs threaten to continue to blow the Lakers out, we might end it early. Keenar said Carmelo went number 3. He did go number 3. It was LeBron, Darko Milicic, and then Carmelo. Then Chris Bosh, then Dwayne Wade. Melo went number 3. If we drafted Melo, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad. Yeah. I mean, he should have went number 2 to Detroit. He was literally coming off a national championship as a freshman, you know? And he was 6'8", all the size in the world, all the scoring prowess in the world, literally no reason not to take Melo. And they decided to take the unknown Darko Milicic. Why take the risk? Why take the risk? Just take Melo. Just take Melo. Stir Show said Spurs get the upset. I mean, it wouldn't be an upset. They're 2 and 3 in the standings. Vassell has not scored yet. He's 0 for 3 from the field. Hara said Milicic was like Ntilikina. Even sounds like him. Darko Milicic, Frank Ntilikina? Names don't really sound all that similar. I just don't understand. I get the tantalizing skill of the foreign big man. I get that. But you were Detroit. You already had a championship team. And you were in a lucky spot of having the number 2 overall pick in what was even thought of at the time a pretty good draft. Obviously, LeBron was the prize of number 1, but you had Wade on the board, you had Bosh on the board, you had Carmelo on the board. Call stands. The Lakers lose their challenge. Foul was on Hachimura. Put the hand on the back of Vassell as he rose up for the shot. Said, I'm aware of Vassell, under looking good. Well, he's going to be at the foul line now for 2 free throws. And J.J. Redick picked up a technical foul. What are the Lakers doing? All this crying, man. Play ball. 2 technicals already? So Vassell will get 3 free throws attempts here. Not looking good for that, Kinohara. Knocks down the free throw. Vassell knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Can you say Sam Bowie? Can't coach size? Yeah, I mean, the Sam Bowie thing, I don't like going to the Sam Bowie thing. He got injured. I don't like throwing the bus thing on injured players, but I will say, listen, even if he did have a fruitful career and he didn't get injured, he still took him over Michael Jordan, so I still understand it. Vassell knocks down all 3 free throws. Back up by 17 for the Spurs. They get it to James. James gets it over to Luka. Luka pops out for the 3, dribbles it inside. Foul line, follow-away jumper. In and out, can't get it to stay. Castle with the rebound, and the Spurs are pushing the other way. Under 8 to go. Castle goes all the way and gets tripped up by Ayton. He's going back to the foul line for 2 free throws. And the Lakers are getting very frustrated with the whistles that the Spurs are receiving right now. I think they're getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine tonight as the Spurs are just walking their way to the foul line over and over and over and over again. Keenar said, if I lose this bet on a J.J. Redick tech, the funny thing about that, Kinohara, is I doubt even Devin Vassell would have been the guy to shoot the technical free throw if he wasn't already going to be at the line for the other 2 free throws on the foul. But Vassell's back at the foul, not the Vassell. Castle's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. He knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Castle does miss the second one. James picks up the rebound, and he's bringing it down the other way. 18-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. James has it up top. Coming to his left off the Ayton screen. Snaking it to his right, crossing over back over to his left, and knocks down the layup over Cornette. Castle bringing it down the other way. Gets it over to Cornette. Cornette gets it over to Vassell. Coming to his left at the foul line. Pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Hold on. They may have unleashed him, Kinohara. They may have unleashed him. Doncic has it up top, coming to his left off the A screen, snaking it back to his right hand. Maneuvering his way into the paint, knocks down the floater and gets the and one to go down. Doncic will go to the foul line for one more free throw. Student said, sending the Lakers express delivery of tissues. The Los Angeles crybabies, that's for sure. That's for sure. You gotta stop whining, man. I mean, between Luka, LeBron, and JJ Redick, like, I know the refs are just tired of hearing it throughout the game. Doncic knocks down his and one free throw. And here come the Spurs bringing it down the other way. It's down to a 15-point game. 7 minutes to go. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Reeves. They get it over to Champagnie, back to Harper. Harper crosses over to his right. Gets it back to Vassell. Swings it out to Barnes. A left corner three. Got it to go. Harrison Barnes continues his fantastic shooting this season. Back up to 18. He gets those 3 points right back. Reeves bringing it down, being guarded by Harper. Coming to his left off the 8 screen. Driving it down into the paint. Stops, turns, spins. He's got nowhere to go. Leans in again. Goes up. Can't get the layup to go. Cornette with the rebound. Hit ahead to Vassell. Vassell attacking Hachimura. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Harper. Harper has it up top. Being guarded by Reeves. Coming to his right. Fending off of Reeves with his body. Gets into the paint. Little push shot. Can't get it to go. Reeves with the long rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Reeves has it up top. Leaves it off for Marcus Smart. A left wing three over Champagnie. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Marcus Smart, another whiner and crier. Looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Vassell has it on the left wing. Swings through to his left against Doncic. Fall away. Baseline jumper. Can't get it to go. Cornette knocks the rebound right to Marcus Smart. Harper, the lone defender. Euro steps past him. Scoop play with the right hand. Comes up short on it. Champagnie with the rebound. Here comes the Spurs. And this is the pace that the Spurs want to play with. The Lakers right now are playing the Spurs basketball game. 18-point lead for them. Step back three for Harrison Barnes. Oh my goodness. Comes up short. Long rebound. Ain't able to grab it. Here comes Doncic bringing it down the other way. He gets a running start. Barnes able to pick him up. Step back three for Luka. And Luka dead eyes it right between the eyes of Harrison Barnes. And a timeout for the Spurs. 5:30 to go. The most amount of action we've had so far without the whistle being blown, but now we're going to get a timeout to break it up. Student said, Lakers need to step out from regular form and play defense. Well, defense isn't really their game. They're an offensive first team. You know, when you have Luka, you're probably going to be an offensive first team. And then, you know, when old LeBron, who can't play defense anymore consistently, and then Reeves, who's not a good defender. So you're going to be an offensive first team for sure. Spurs still holding on to a 15-point lead here. You know, I said too many whistles totally. Yeah, a lot of foul calls. Slowing the pace of the game. Trying to watch some NBA action. Monkey Man said, I need to stop gambling. I'd agree with that sentiment. OG Rue, what's up, OG? Rev's getting a lot of dirty looks tonight. Yeah, definitely. You know, I said, as long as the Fakers defend Vassell, I'm good. Vassell's in with the 5 points tonight. He's 1 for 5 from the field. You bet the under 14. Right, Kinhar? Is that what it was? 14? Is that the number? You said, I love LeBron James, but the game is putting a strain on his hairline. It's been like that for 15 years now, man. 15 years. Harper has it up top. Here we go. We're back into it after the timeout. You get over to Barnes. Barnes being guarded by Hachimura. Coming to his left. Doncic hedges out. Now Barnes coming to his right. Back in the lane. Tries the Euro step. Gets tripped up. And a foul on the Lakers. 5:12 to go. Harrison Barnes to the foul line for 2 free throws. Whether it was in the act of shooting or not, they're in the bonus. Lakers have been hacking and whacking away. So Barnes back at the foul line for 2 free throws. Barnes gets the first to go. He's got another one coming. Monkey Man said we need Bronny James right now. I don't know what you need, but you need some athleticism out there. Maybe that is the answer. Just somebody who can match up athletically with the young athletic Spurs team right now. It's so crazy that the Spurs were always like this old, methodical, slow-paced play from Duncan and Parker, who were going to methodically work their way, to basket after basket. And then now you transition to this like young, fast-paced, wild, crazy team that the Spurs are now, but they still play like similar principle basketball. It's so funny. It's so funny. Luka, by the way, got into the paint and knocked down a little layup. Spurs missed the pull-up three from Olynyk. Luka down the lane now, step back, little fall-away push shot. Can't get that one to go. Vassell knocks the rebound over to Olynyk. Here comes Dylan Harper pushing the other way. 4:30 to go. Harper crosses over to his right, down the lane, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes in the right corner, three. Barnes another three, his third of the game. He's getting it going. He's feeling himself. 62-44. Why is my score off? 62-44, back up to 18. They get over to Reeves. Reeves coming to his right, behind his back, coming to his left, spins to his right, kicks it out. Marcus Smart, right corner three. He finally gets one to go down there. Back to 14 now. Trading baskets. But the Lakers not able to come up with stops. They get it over to Olynyk, now over to Harper. Harper swings through to his left, down the lane, goes up off glass, gets it to go past Reeves. Oh my, Harper's going to be so good, man. That is a 19-year-old making a move like that. He's going to be so good. Reeves bringing it down against Harper. He's got the size, he's got the strength, he's got the handle, he's got the cadence. Reeves crosses over to his right, down the lane. Scoop layup high off glass, gets it to go, no foul call. Lakers vehemently upset, protesting to the officials, thinking there should have been a foul call there. They're not going to get it. Harper has it up top. No look pass. Vassell wide open, right wing three. Can't get that one to go. Kinohara, I know you were clutching pearls on that one, hoping it didn't go in, and it didn't. Doncic has it up top against Olynyk, draws the foul, comes up short on the floater. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Kinohara said, methodical? Ginobili. He was the one wild card. Everybody else was slow and methodical. He was the one wild player. Doncic knocked down the free throw. Why is my score so off? What did I miss? Did I miss a layup? Why is it 49? Why is it 50 now after that made free throw? Kinohara said, pros be prouder. It was clutching too hard. Wide open three for Vassell, who's been on fire from three lately. That's a daring under bet. Vassell under, because he's been on fire lately. Doncic comes up short on the other free throw. It's a 14-point game, 3:15 to go. Fox is back in. They get it over to Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Fox. Fox has it up top, being guarded by Smart. Crossing over against Smart, coming to his right, pulls it back, crosses over again, down the lane, gets stripped by Marcus Smart. De'Aaron Fox doing way too much there, brother. Move the ball. Trust your team. Doncic has it up top, coming to his right with the Jackson Hayes screen, in and out dribble, down the lane, throws up the lob, and Hayes able to guide it through the rim. Again, it's so easy being a big man playing with Luka Doncic. He just puts it such an easy spot for you to just guide it through the rim. Fox has it up top, being guarded by Smart. Move the ball, Fox. Move the ball. Gets into the paint, kicks it out to Harper. Harper almost turns it over against Doncic. Good defense from him. Harper has it. And a timeout for the Spurs. 2:30 to go. 12-point lead for the Spurs. Lakers slowly crawling their way back. I didn't like what I saw from De'Aaron Fox when he came into the game. Didn't really like it. Didn't like what I saw from Fox. He came in and just kind of commandeered the offense. Went one-on-one, way too much ball handling against Marcus Smart. Didn't get past him and then got stripped. Continue to trust your offense. Continue to trust your teammates. You're up by double digits by moving the ball around. Lakers with Doncic and Reeves out there are not going to be able to fly around to the degree to keep up with your athleticism and movement and quickness. You don't got to go one-on-one, brother. You don't got to do that. Good timeout from the Spurs. Talk a couple things over. I said Vassell's been getting squeezed by Keldon, Barnes, and Castle Fox. Rotation. Harper, rotation. They just get way more usage. But he has been on fire lately. He's now up to 40% from three-point range. He's been knocking down shots as of late. It's around his average, so I get the under. It's definitely possible. But you're right about that, especially with Harper back playing as well as he's been playing. Speaking of Harper, he drives it to the rim and gets swatted out of bounds by Jackson Hayes, and it ends up being a shot clock violation. They put .2 up on the clock for the Spurs as it was blocked out of bounds. Okay. They're checking the time. Should be more time. It should be 0.5, 0.4, 0.5, something like that. This is getting crazy, man. Just rule it a shot clock violation and move on. Oh my goodness. Can we move on with this game? All the stoppages, all the fouls. Let's keep it going. We're trying to watch a basketball game here, refs. Oh my goodness, these officials. Oh my goodness, get to the basketball game. Keep it moving, guys. They didn't even change anything. There's still 0.2 on the clock. What is the holdup? 2:24 to go here in the second quarter. We are almost at halftime. 12-point lead for the Spurs here. They finally give it to Harper. They throw the lob up. Cornette tries to tip it up. Johnson was also there. Miscommunication for the Spurs. 2:24 to go. Lakers will bring it down. Doncic has it up top. Champagnie guarding him. Finally. Doncic up top, coming to his right off the screen. Puts up the three. Can't get it to go. Fox skies for a rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Fox spins off of Smart, loses the handle, doing way too much. De'Aaron Fox came into the game and started doing way too much, brother. Get off of the ball, man. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Get off of it. Move, cut, set a screen, get it back. Bringing it down, going one-on-one over and over and over again is not how you're going to maintain this lead. It's down to 12. Now you're in a jump ball situation with Rui Hachimura. You're likely going to lose. Give them the ball back, and they can cut it back to a single-digit game with Luka playing the way that he's playing. What are you doing? What are you doing, Fox? Lakers win the tip, and then Cornette just knocks it out of bounds. Student said, time limit on replays and challenges, Adam Silver. Keep telling you that over and over again. They ain't gonna listen. They ain't gonna listen. Doncic has it up top. Coming to is right off the Hayes screen. Driving it down in the paint, just blows right past the defense and gets an easy layup. Okay. And it's a 10-point game. 64-54, 1:45 to go. Fox has it up top. Coming to his left, pulls it back out. James comes out to guard him. They get it over to Cornette. Cornette spins, takes the hand off to Champagnie, and Doncic runs into him. Cornette takes a dive and flops to the floor, and they call a foul on Doncic. Doncic is upset. Definitely a flop from Cornette. But he's able to draw the foul. They're in the bonus. So Cornette's going to get 2 fouls. 2 foul shots. More foul shots. Yay. Exactly what we're all here for. Luke Cornette knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Cornette has one more coming. Oh, man, this game is not the entertaining game that I was hoping it was going to be. I need a fast-paced game, fellas. Come on. Cornette knocks down both free throws. 1:26 to go. Doncic has it up top, coming to his right. Making his way into the lane, draws the foul on Champagne. Can't get the floater to go, and he's going to the foul line for 2 free throws now. Oh, my goodness. This is why we don't do Lakers games. It is a foul fest, y'all. Gotta check the box score on this one. Not Thursday, it's Wednesday, December 10th. Free throw attempts overall. 16 for 19 for the Spurs. Only 4 for 7 from the Lakers. Spurs are the ones elongating this game. 16 for 19 for the Spurs. Oh my goodness, San Antonio refs. Take the whistles out of your mouth, please. Fox has it up top after Doncic knocked down both free throws. It's back to a 10-point game. Spurs holding on to this double-digit lead. Cornette has it up top. Gets it over to Vassell. Vassell being guarded by James. Coming to his left. Pocket pass to Cornette. Cornette low floater in the lane. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Hayes with the rebound. Here comes James. James has it up top. Attacking to his left in the paint. Oh my goodness. The 40-year-old puts Luke Cornette on the poster. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then he comes down with a chase down block. What? Then they hit Reeves coming back door. He gets chased down blocked by Cornette. LeBron James put Luke Cornette on the poster. I don't care what else happened. That was worth being live for. Fox knocked down a floater. Okay. Okay. What? I'm buzzing. The crowd is buzzing. I'm buzzing. That's the excitement we needed, Bron. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Needed something. Doncic spins off the defender, throws it to nobody. Barnes picks it off. Hit ahead to Fox. Fox is going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Leaves it off for Harrison Barnes, actually, and he gets a two-handed slam. Back up by 12 for the Spurs. George Jones, I just glanced at my TV and saw that. Oh, my goodness, LeBron. LeBron, I didn't know you still had it in you, brother. Thought you had that arthritis in your foot. Thought that sciatica was acting up. And that is going to end our first half. Oh, there you go. Some excitement to end the half. A little bit of excitement to end the half there. Love to see it. 40 years old, year, what is this, 23? And he's still collecting posters. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. You guys are not watching this live. I got to show y'all. Y'all got to see this. Y'all got to see this. They definitely going to come get the stream if I keep showing y'all stuff in games. Oh my goodness, LeBron. LeBron. Brother. Hezzy. Driving it down. In the lane. Oh my goodness, Luke. Brother. You got to jump forward and take him out of the air. You can't go straight up against, oh my God. Luke, buddy, once a Nick, always a Nick. Luke, big dog, come on, man. Come on, you can't get dunked on by a 40-year-old, brother. Come on, dog. You can't get dunked on by a 40-year-old. Come on, dog. Come on, dog, you can't get dunked on by a 40-year-old. Who got blown by? If I'm Luke Cornette, who got blown by? Devin Vassell. Oh, Devin Vassell, you owe Luke Cornette you owe him a gift. You owe him a Christmas gift, Luke. Devin Vassell, you owe Luke Cornette a Christmas gift, brother. Come on, man. You can't get dunked on by a 40-year-old. Come on, dog. Oh, sometimes basketball is so funny. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Keenar said they never cause obvious charging. Cat gets called for the charge. Nah, brother. Nah, stop being a hater, Kinahara. That's hilarious. Stop being a hater, dog. I know you hate LeBron, but you gotta stop being a hater, dog. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look. You gotta get that hateness out of your heart, dog. You just gotta enjoy it. That's crazy. Oh, there's some entertainment for you. Not the most action-packed first half we've seen this year. Keenar said, I can't stand LeBron. You gotta get that hate out your heart, brother. Gotta get that hate out your heart. He's too old to be hating on another dude, man. He's too old. Monkey Man said, Luka, need Luka over 6 rebounds for my 8-leg parlay to hit. Luka has what? Let's go over the box score. We can do that. We can go over the box score here. Harrison Barnes with 13 points. Actually, you said Luka. So what does Luka have? Luka's sitting with 24 points. Took 17 shots in that first half. 24 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Luka Doncic. Not having the overall dominant game in terms of rebounds and assists that he normally has, but that's because he's shooting the heck out of the ball. I mean, he just refuses to not shoot the ball tonight. He took 17 first half shots. I mean, if he replicates that in the second half, he's taking over 25 shots tonight. They can't play any defense. Spurs scored 70 points in the first half. That's always a sign that the defense has not been very good. But Hachimura only played 14 minutes. He took the 1-3. He made it. Okay. I said, I'm too old for most things, but you know that line from Billy Joel is the angry young man. No go to his grave as an angry old man. Austin Reeves not having a good night tonight from the field. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Kind of getting locked up a little bit here by the young Spurs guards. Having a hard time dealing with their athleticism and quickness a little bit so far tonight. His 2 main baskets came off of layups going to the rim. Not knocking down the threes, 0 for 2 from three-point range. Between Luka and Reeves, you want those guys taking a majority of the shots, and Reeves is just kind of falling behind the Luka and LeBron James bandwagon here. James has, 12 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist. All right, Reeves doing a lot of the playmaking. He's got 6 assists tonight in terms of Luka and LeBron both combined. They only sitting with 3. That's not necessarily what you want to see there. They're not getting much off the bench at all. Hayes has 2, Smart has 5, Vincent 0, Laravia 0. No Dalton Connect tonight so far. They need somebody. Jake Laravia only played 5 minutes. They need somebody to step up here. It's pretty much Luka or bust in terms of their offense, and they've been busting a lot. Spurs did playing very egalitarian basketball. Keldon Johnson only played 9 minutes in that half, and he still put up 13 points. I would have thought you would have played Keldon Johnson a little bit more, depending on, considering how well he was playing. Champagny was 7 points himself. He actually played 5 more minutes than Keldon Johnson. I'm not entirely sure about that. He was playing well, but still. Dylan Harper played 12 minutes. He played very well. 9 points for him, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Impacting the game as a rookie he's just good. He's just good. I don't got much to say about Dylan Harper other than that boy good, man. That boy good. Kelly Olynyk, 8 minutes. Didn't score. 3 assists, a rebound. He was fine, I guess. In terms of their starters, everybody got in on the action a little bit. 13 for Barnes, 10 for Fox to lead the way. You had 5 for Vassell. I know Kinahara is happy about that. Got 9 for Castle in the first half there. Most of them coming from the foul line. He's just drawn fouls spectacularly. Way too many free throws here tonight. I will say, way too many free throws here tonight. We talked about it. The San Antonio Spurs here are 16 for 19 from the foul line. They're 10 for 20 from three-point range. So there's your 12-point lead right there. I mean, the Lakers are getting smacked up in both three-point makes and free throws. This is crazy. And it's only a 12-point game. That's actually a good sign for the Los Angeles Lakers. If they can stop hacking away and stop fouling, and if the Spurs slow down a little bit from three, it's going to end up being a much closer game in the second half here. If I'm the Lakers going off the bench, I'm trying some Dalton Connect. I'm looking for some kind of impact. Like I'm going searching if I'm JJ Redick. I will say though, since JJ, it's not like the Lakers have had deep teams, but JJ Redick does not seem to fully understand how to get the most out of his bench right now. Right? Very reliant on the Luka Reeves LeBron pairing, or I mean, it's more than a pair. So what is it? Tripling? What do you call three people together? Like, it's not a pair. The group, just grouping of those three guys, just really reliant on those guys to do everything, and not really giving the bench much of a chance. But you know, when you have Luka Doncic on your team, your team stops kind of stops doing player movement stuff, and you just play the heliocentric Luka Doncic ball. It's very good. Wins you a lot of games. They're 17-6, and I don't think a lot of people had the LA Lakers sitting with the second or third seed in the West right now. So it works. It works. Just not sure it's the best way to get the most out of your bench, you know? Trio, there you go. The trio. My bad. The trio of James, Reeves, and Luka. Three guys is a trio. Three guys is a trio. Four guys is a quad. Quad is also a muscle. What is even going on? It's too late. It's too late. It's 11:30 p.m. now, and I gotta wake up early. Hilarious. Hilarious. You know, I said Chevy dropping heliocentric on us. That is a basketball term now. We have co-opted the heliocentric term now. Right? Everything revolving around the one player. Right? Luka is the son of this team. He is the son. And they play heliocentric basketball. Everything revolves around Luka. Ball is in his hands. You know, I said, Troika? Troika? I've never heard that word in my life. Is the word you're looking for? I gotta look it up. Is that the term for a trio? Monkey Man said, geez, Louise, it's only 8:30 right now for me. You're on the West Coast, Monkey Man? Yeah, it's 11:30 here on the East Coast, brother. We're 3 hours ahead. It is getting late. It is getting late. What is Troika? I spelled that wrong. Here we go. A Russian vehicle pulled by a team of 3 horses. A group of 3 people working together, especially in an administrative or managerial capacity. Troika. There you go. You learn something new every day. Troika. Troika. You know, I said, yeah, it basically means trio. It's cooler, though. Troika. You learn something new every day. There you go. I'm going to start using it. Monkey Man said SoCal, Orange County, baby. Up here in the New York area, it is now 11:30 p.m. And I'm really not all that happy that we got to sit here and watch this foul fest. Lakers got to stop hacking and whacking. The refs got to stop blowing the whistle on every single little contact that goes on. Allow these two teams to play basketball. This is West Coast basketball, though. These little soft, silly fouls. I just watched Jalen Brunson take on the Toronto Raptors and just get mauled and end the game with 5 free throws. You know, like I'm good on watching Luka, you know, get breathed on and then go to the foul line. I'm good on watching Steph Castle get breathed on and then go to the foul line. I'm good on that. Come on, guys. Let's play some basketball. Take the whistle out of your mouths, refs. Let's hoop. Allow the talent to take over. Stop sending them to the foul line over and over again. Muggy Man said, I'm taking a train to New York with my friends. I'll see soon. I'll see you. You're taking a train from California to New York, brother? That is definitely a trip. I said, I guess you use it more when the players involved are Russian or Ukrainian for better context. I'm big on vocab. I'm from back when the SATs were actually hard. Well, you don't know how hard. You got to retake the SATs then, kind of hard to fully compare. When was the last time you took the SATs? You don't even know. You don't even know. Unless, hold on, tell me right now that you've taken it recently and you could actually compare. Are we getting ready to come back here in the third quarter? Let's go ahead and set ourselves up for the third here. Got 24 minutes left of basketball. We have now been live for 4.5 hours. Got an hour and a half to go. Oh, I'm never going to bed. I'm never going to bed. This is what happens when you commit to things. As long as this is a close game, we will stay live, y'all. We will stay live. Low-key rooting for the Spurs to blow this one open so I could end the stream early, but I said they wouldn't let me in. I got gray hair. You could still go take it. You could still go take it. You have to pay to take the SAT. They would gladly take your money, my brother. They would gladly take your money for you to, for fun, go take the SATs. Monkey Man said, just finished my testing in class today, but I go to a continuation school. Interesting. You could also take the practice SATs test. You don't have to take the real SAT test, right? Go take the practice one. I said, so maybe Igor Demin, Sabonis, and Timofey Mozgov would be a troika. True. All right, so here we go. Checking back in for the third quarter here. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's get it going. All right. Enough with the interviews. We went from the halftime crew to the commentary crew to now to Keldon Johnson. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start the third. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Spurs will be bringing it down. They're up by 12. They take a 12-point lead here in the third. And Castle and the Spurs bringing it down. James guarding Castle out up top, coming to his right. Now they get it over to Vassell. Vassell coming to his right up the Cornet screen in the lane, kicks it out to Castle. No hesitation, three from him, and he knocks it down. Back up by 15 to start the third. Doncic has it up top, being guarded by Castle. Coming to his right off the Ayton screen, driving it down. Fox switches onto him. Doncic up top, they get it over to Ayton. Ayton back to Doncic. They're going to run the pick and roll with Ayton. Coming to his right in the lane. Pulls it back, fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. Castle with the rebound. They're bringing it down the other way. Castle up top. They get over to Vassell. Vassell with three. And he knocks that one down. Uh-oh, Kinohara. Uh-oh. You better hope the Spurs blow this one out and they can take Vassell out early. Doncic up top. They get over to James. Coming to his left off the Ayton screen. Leaves it off for Ayton in the lane. Throws up a floater. Got it to go over Cornet. Where you really start to miss Wemby. Because he's not getting that floater off over Wemby, I'll tell you that. Castle, quick crossover to his left down the lane. Lefty layup got it to go over Hachimura. Oh my goodness, the explosive move from Steph Castle there. Here comes Hachimura bringing it down. Has it on the right wing up top to Reeves. Reeves gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Fox. Fox picks it up. He's going to shoot the pull-up three. Comes up short on it. Castle almost had the ball, just slipped right through his hands. Ayton able to pick it up. Here comes James. James bringing it down. Over to Ayton in the paint. Goes up. Can't get the hook shot to go, but grabs his own offensive rebound. Knocked out of his hands by Fox. Austin Reeves having a rough night tonight. Savage Sam, what's up, Savage Sam? Hope this game gets closer in score. It would make it more entertaining, that's for sure. Lakers struggling now to keep up with the young Spurs. 18-point lead as LeBron misses the three. Here comes Castle, bringing it down the other way. Coming to his right off the Cornet screen. Throws up the floater, and there's the 20-point lead for the Spurs and a timeout for the Lakers. 8-0 run for the Spurs. Oh, no, 10-2 run for the Spurs to start this third quarter. 80-60. I will say, it is very late for me. It is now 11:35, and I do have to wake up early. So I am low-key rooting for the blowout. I am rooting for the blowout. Because then we could end the stream early if the Spurs end up running away for it. Just because, listen, we stayed up for the entirety of this for the Suns Thunder game, which was obviously not worth the watch just because, geez Louise, was this completely not entertaining enough? They blew them out by 50. So to have another blowout here in the second game would not be great. Monkey Man said Fox was always good with the steals. He was for sure. He is for sure. Still is. Okay, Hazy said Spurs are winning. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, you can't count the Lakers out. They got James, Reeves, and Doncic, who are all viable to go off at any given point. To pull this game back within reach, specifically Doncic and Reeves, but, Spurs are extremely well coached. They're extremely disciplined, even though they're young. Who is it Fox? No, it's gotta be Castle, right? 16 points for Castle. He is their leading scorer. 5% from the field tonight, 5% from the foul line. He's getting to the foul line all over the place. Get an early timeout from the Lakers because the Spurs are just starting to run away with it a little bit. Just a little bit. Up by 20. They have all the momentum right now. Reeves really struggling. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. He just got pickpocketed by De'Aaron Fox in the open court. Yeah, they're going to have to figure something out. There's a guy averaging 28 points per game. Was it just a hot start to the year? I said there's supposed to be a software outage possibly impacting my work right now. Guess more hoops. Always a great excuse. Always a great excuse to just chill. Just chill. How long is this timeout? Did the Lakers get extra time for their full timeouts? Jeez Louise. Monkey Man said Doncic needs to start grabbing more boards. I mean, the only thing he seems to really be caring about tonight is putting the ball in the basket. That's the only thing he is doing tonight. He's not even really assisting. He is just going for the basket. And that's when Luka's at his worst, when he's not getting his teammates involved. Because he can score. He can go off for 40+, 50+. It's just, that's not what's helping your team. James gets it over to Reeves. Reeves has it on the left wing. They get over to James in the post, being guarded by Fox. Backing him down. Takes it out to Hachimura. Right wing three for him. And he got it to go, answering right back. Back down to 17. Fox bringing it down. Being guarded by Reeves. Fox has it up top. Inside down to Vassell. Kicks it out to Barnes. Quick right corner three, and he gets the 3-point right back. I mean, Barnes, no hesitation. That's not normally been his game throughout his career. he is completely reinventing himself as a player right now. His catch and shoot three-point shooting is on another level. Reeves dancing around behind an 8 and screen, settles for the deep pull-up three, can't get it to go. Cornette with the rebound, over to Castle, hit ahead to Vassell. Vassell on the left wing being guarded by Hachimura. In the corner to Fox, jab step, driving it down behind the back, stop, turn, spin. Oh my goodness. Oh, De'Aaron Fox just completely leaving Austin Reeves in the dust with the quick spin move and fall-away jumper. Oh my goodness. Largest lead of the game for the Spurs now, 85-63, 22 points. Doncic coming to his left off the 8 screen, making his way along the baseline. Beautiful feed inside the 8 and he gets fouled by Luke Cornette. Going to send 8 to the foul line for 2, I believe. Whew. Monkey Man said Luka's child changed him. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. It's it's having the opposite Fred VanVleet effect. Ayton misses the second free throw. He splits a pair, 85-64, 21-point lead for the Spurs here. Castle has it up top. They get it over to Cornette. Cornette being guarded by Ayton. They get it over to Barnes. Barnes up top, dancing with it. Gets it over to Fox. Fox coming to his left, dancing with it, crosses over, step back three for him. Comes up short. Reeves with the long rebound. Gets it over to James. James lobs it up top to Ayton. Ayton kicks it out. Ball gets tipped over to James. Now out to Reeves. Reeves down the lane. High layup. Can't get it to go. Good contest from Cornette. And Reeves continues to be a disaster tonight. Vassell all the way down the court. Cross-court pass. Castle. Right corner three. Wide open. Looks like Reeves got back hustled. There's a good play from Austin Reeves. Looks like he maybe got a piece of that three-point attempt as James comes down the other end and gets the reverse layup to go. And now Castle bringing it down the other way. He has it up top. Down to 19. Castle up top. Gets it coming to his right off the Cornette screen. Dancing with it. In and out dribble. Coming to his left. Blowing past Reeves to the basket. Can't get the layup to go, but that's because he drew the foul. And Stephon Castle back to the foul line for 2 more free throws with 7:40 to go. You know, I said, man, I feel bad for VanVleet. They could have been a contender. I think they still are a contender based off how the season has gone. I'm not going to lie. I mean, and with Fred VanVleet, they would have been better, so maybe they would have been more of a contender. But, I mean, I'm telling you, man, this Reed Shepherd, he's proven some things. He's looking good. Castle knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Keldon Johnson and Dylan Harper checking back in here. This is not good for the Lakers. Spurs beating them down with their depth. Every player that comes in for the Spurs has had a positive impact, which is something you can't say about the Lakers reserves. You know, I said I should have took Reeves under. He always plays bad with James on the court. Not always, but so far this year. You know, maybe it was just a hot start and he's starting to cool off a little bit here. Maybe he's just in a slump. Happens. Castle knocks down both free throws, by the way. Oh, gave 1 point to the wrong side, my bad. James down the lane, smokes a layup. Keldon Johnson with the rebound, 87-66. And a foul in the backcourt by James. You know, I said Shepherd really needed the man up and show Udoka he deserved time, and he has stepped up. Respect. He has. He's been one of my favorite players to watch. He actually scares me. Because he, you know, the modern-day Mark Price. You know, I know a lot of people are throwing around Steph Curry out there. He does have a little bit of Steph Curry in him for sure, but it reminds me of Mike Price a lot. Mark Price. Not Mike Price. Mark Price. Cornette has it up top, and a loose ball foul on Reeves, trying to stick with Vassell. The whistles continue to fly, man. Who said Fred VanVleet is fine in Houston? I'm sorry he's out for the season. Yeah, it sucks he's out for the season. Really sucks. Cornette gets it over to Castle. Castle. Up top, coming to his right. Spins off of Reeves, making his way down the lane. Oh, my goodness. Throws a bullet hook pass over to Johnson in the corner, and he gets fouled by Luka Doncic. And Johnson's going to go to the foul line for 3 free throws. 4 fouls on Doncic. So Keldon Johnson at the foul line for 3 free throws, misses the first one. Got 2 more coming. Keenar said Price is an underappreciated great. He is. Was ahead of his time. Right? Some people feel like maybe the Steph Curry before Steph Curry, right? The 90s Steph Curry. The 80s Steph Curry, right? He's more 80s? Would he be more 80s or more 90s? Kind of in between, right? I said you're getting ahead of yourself. He just has shades of Mark Price. He's not nearly as good, obviously. Got shades of Mark Price. Right? He's got shades of Mark Price. He's got shades of Curry. 2026 chance that the Lakers are going to come back and win. I hope not. Keldon Johnson misses all 3 free throws. He is shaking that hand and that wrist after Luka Doncic smacked it hard. So I'm sure that's affecting him. He missed all 3 free throws, though. And they call a foul on the Spurs as the Lakers are trying to inbound it. 6:50 to go here in this third quarter, and the whistles are still flying. The Spurs are in the bonus with 7 minutes to go. That's all I got to say. I said Rui been super quiet. Another guy who goes in the tank with LeBron on the court. Actually, he plays really well with LeBron out there. He's got a really nice connection with LeBron. The issue is that Luka is not in pass mode right now. Luka Doncic is in, I'm just going to put the ball in the basket. He's not getting his teammates involved. He draws a foul there on Dylan Harper. He's going to go to the foul and 2 free throws. That's the issue tonight. The issue tonight is that Luka is not. The whole offense is designed around Luka. Luka makes everything go. The only thing Luka Doncic is doing tonight is putting the ball in the basket. Not getting his teammates involved. He's not swinging it around. He is taking shot after shot after shot after shot. He took 17 shots in the first half, brother. 17 shots. Come on, man. That's too many. That's way too many. You're down 20. That game plan is not working, and they're coming out in the second half doing the exact same game plan. I said, come on, get Vassell off the court. Is he off the court? No, he's still on. They're out there with Harper, Vassell, Champagnie, Johnson, and Cornette. Harper will bring it down after both free throws were made. 87-68, 6:40 to go. Harper pulling it back out. Has it on the right wing, dancing with it against Ayton. Goes past him. Hits him with the Nash dribble. And they call a foul on Harper after the handoff to Champagnie. Hachimura and him make contact, and they call the foul on Harper. Yet another foul has been called, so the Lakers will get the ball back. That is an absolute dive by Rui Hachimura, knowing that the only way he could defend that 3 is to flop and hope they call a foul on Harper there, and they gave it to him. Reeves up top, dancing around the Ayton screen, crosses over to his right and Vassell, bulls it back, and now crosses over to his right again. Inside pass to DeAndre Ayton, battle for the loose ball. Reeves picks it up, kicks it out to James. James is going to fire a 3. Can't get that one to go. Vassell finally secures the rebound. They're bringing it down the other way. We're past the halfway point here of the third quarter. Vassell has it up top, being guarded by Doncic. Vassell coming to his right off the screen. Straight away pull-up 3 over Ayton. Comes up short. Long rebound. James picks it up. Shot out of a cannon, bringing it down. James loses the handle. And out of bounds going back to the Spurs. I said Luka got 18 shots, Braun 13, Luka 10 free throw attempts. Yeah, the 10 free throw attempts, obviously when you get fouled and you miss the shot, it doesn't count towards your field goal attempt. So he's actually taken closer to 22 field goal attempts so far tonight. Crazy. Champagnie knocks down a floater in the lane. He is just balls in his hands and he's looking to score. Other guys got to get involved. James draws the foul. They say foul on the floor. Before the shot attempt, Vassell 2 for 8. That's what we like. Vassell's sitting with 8 points tonight. Still might be able to get it with all the fouls being called. He still might be able to find his way to the foul line. They're in the bonus, so James is at the foul line for 2 free throws anyway. Knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Knocks it back to a 20-point lead for the Spurs, or for the Lakers, a 20-point deficit. Susan said, with all the stoppage in this game, it's becoming a hard game to get excited about. I'm trying. It's late here on the East Coast. It has been a foul fest all night long. Outside of the LeBron poster on Cornette, haven't had a ton of excitement tonight. Haven't had a ton of like up and down, fast-paced game action. Harper turns it over. No, it was tipped. They're going to keep it with the Spurs here. They're going to keep it with the Spurs. Oh, LeBron didn't make both free throws. My bad. It's 89-70. 5 minutes to go here. 19-point lead for the Spurs. They get it into Johnson. Johnson pump fakes, driving to his left, throws up the lefty floater, can't get it to go. Reeves with the long rebound. He's bringing it down the other way, leaves it off for Doncic. Doncic on the left wing, being picked up by Harper. Doncic has it in the post against Harper now. Backing him down, spins, one-legged fall-away jumper. Can't get that one to go. Ayton battling on the glass, able to pull off the offensive rebound, kicks out the Reeves. Reeves in the paint, throws up the floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Champagnie knocks the ball loose. Johnson able to recover it, gets it over to Vassell. They're off and running. They throw a lob up. Harper, reverse layup. Can't get it to go. A bad pass from Vassell. Hit ahead home run pass to Reeves. Spots up for 3, and he finally gets one to go down. And a timeout for the San Antonio Spurs. It's down to 16 with 4:30 to go. Kinar said, Spurs got a 9-man rotation without Wemby and Sohan. Oh, true. I forgot Jeremy Sohan is also out tonight. I completely forgot about Jeremy Sohan, and we covered him in the pregame, too. AP said, catch you tomorrow. Appreciate you, AP. Appreciate you. We won't be live tomorrow. We'll be back on Friday, though, AP. We won't be live tomorrow, but we will be live on Friday. And then, obviously, the Saturday, we got the 2 games. I'm hoping the Spurs win today, and then hopefully Wemby is going to be available for the OKC game. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see the Spurs take on the Thunder. Have the Thunder played the Spurs this year? How did that go? Let's take a look at the Spurs' opponents so far this year. Not the schedule. You don't care about the schedule. Let's go to the scores. Go to the Thunder. Check out the teams they played this year. What are the most interesting games they've had? Houston in the opening night one. That was the double overtime game. Yeah. They had a double overtime game against Indiana before we realized Indiana was going to be terrible. I said basically when healthy, they have 11 real players. We don't got that. A few teams do. You could make the argument that that's too many players, too many cooks in the kitchen. But they're a young team figuring out the rotation. They have a consolidation trade coming up. Atlanta, before Atlanta figured themselves out. Dallas has been bad. Sacramento, Washington, New Orleans, not good. Clippers, not good. Portland is the game they lost. Sacramento, not good. Memphis, not good. Golden State, kind of mediocre. Lakers, they killed the Lakers. So I don't want to see them play the Lakers. I'll tell you that. Charlotte, bad. New Orleans, bad. Sacramento, bad. Utah, bad. Portland. Portland dealing with a bunch of injuries. They ended up blowing them out in that one. Minnesota, middling. Beat them by 12. Is that 12? No, beat them by 8. Can't do math. Phoenix, middling. Portland, middling. Golden State, middling. Dallas, not good. Utah, not good. Phoenix down Booker and Jalen Green, not good. So honestly, going through it, they've had the biggest cupcake schedule of anybody in the league. When do they play good teams? Oh, they got San Antonio coming up 2 games in a row. Got that. 2:30 on a Thursday. What is this? Oh, that's Christmas Day. My bad. My bad. Oh, my bad, y'all. 2:30 on Christmas. Okay. You know what we might do this year? We might do all-day Christmas games. Like, we might just watch it all day. You got Clippers are not good. That's coming up. You got Minnesota. Maybe that's an interesting one. You got Memphis. Memphis is starting to figure some things out. Maybe that's a good one. Then you got San Antonio. Good one. You got San Antonio. Good one. They might have a San Antonio game coming up with Wemby available here soon. If Wemby could play on Saturday, we'll see. We'll see. But here we go. We're back in after the timeout. They get over to Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Champagnie. Champagnie gets it over to Johnson. Johnson driving it down, spins to his left, leaves it off for Champagnie. A straightaway three for Champagnie. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Doncic with the rebound. Home run pass over to Vincent. Vincent gets it over to Reeves. Reeves gets it over to Doncic, coming to his right off the 8-in screen, driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, gets it to go. 14-point game. Lakers mounting a comeback here. Under 4 to go. Harper has it up top. Get it over to Champagnie. Champagnie coming to his left. Fakes the handoff. Gets it over to Cornette. Cornette hands it off to Harper. Coming to his left. Behind the back. Coming to his right. In the paint. Scoop layup. Got it to go. And the foul. They're going to give him the basket and the foul as they were pushing off on Cornette. Luke Cornette giving that Gortat screen right there. Beautiful manipulation from Harper to get around them. So that's Ayton's foul. Ayton his third foul. Doncic is in with 4 fouls. Reeves with 3 fouls. I said Wemby is must-see TV. Absolutely. Steve, Dallas Cowboys. What's up, Steve? San Antonio Spurs are cooking. Yes, they are, Steve. Yes, they are. Ruin for a San Antonio victory here tonight. Cornette knocks down that and one free throw. 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Doncic has it up top, being guarded by Champagnie. Doncic waiting for a screen, holding it out up top. Coming to his right, driving it down in the lane. Throws up the floater, draws the foul. Can't get the shot to go, but he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. I said it's a Sheffy Christmas. We'll see. We'll see how many games we decide to do on Christmas Day. But I might want to see that Thunder OKC game. That might be cinema right there. I said Vassell off the court. Yeah, he's subbing out. We got Fox, Harper, who now has 5 fouls. Think he's going to remain in the game? Doncic got the foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. Nope, Harper's going to sub out. I said, give me a little Harper magic and Keldon. Unfortunately, that's Dylan Harper's 5th foul, so they're going to pull him out of the game. Barnes is back in along with Champagnie, Johnson, Fox, and Olynyk as Doncic misses yet another free throw. 16-point lead for the Spurs. 3:10 to go. Fox leaves it off for Johnson. Johnson gets fouled by Marcus Smart. And they're in the bonus. My goodness, this foul fest tonight, man. My goodness. Hey, Hazy said, Cornette's free throws look robotic. Can we get Mitchell Robinson's free throws to look robotic? Johnson knocks down a free throw after he previously missed all 3 of the previous free throw attempts he had. Gets one to go there. Johnson knocks down both free throws. 3:09 to go. Doncic has it up top, being guarded by Champagnie. Doncic crosses over to his left, driving it down through the lane, kicks it in the corner. Marcus Smart for a 3. Got that one to go. Big time shot from Marcus Smart. They needed somebody to get something going. 94-79, 15-point lead. Cornette takes the hand. Olynyk is in the game for Cornette. Olynyk has it up top. Gets it over to Fox. Fox being guarded by Jackson Hayes now. They lob it over the top to Olynyk. Catches, pump fake. Ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up and draws the foul on Reeves. I believe that's the 5th foul on Reeves. No, only the 4th foul on Reeves. But 4 fouls on Doncic, 4 fouls on Reeves now. Going to send Olynyk to the foul line for 2. I said, give me Cornette's free throws over Mitchie. I mean, give me anybody's free throws over Mitchell Robinson. He literally has the worst percentage in NBA history right now. The previous record is Ben Wallace at like 36%, and Mitch is sub 20. He shot 2 for 8 from the foul line the other day, and the percentage went up. That's how poor he's been shooting. I said, I don't know, Chevy. Luka, 45% from the field, 29, 5, and 4. He's kind of fine. I mean, the numbers say he's fine, but he's not getting anybody involved. It's a lot of standing around from players. I guess. He's putting up the numbers. That's awesome. If he can drag his team back into this one. Olynyk knocked down both free throws. They double-team Doncic. They get over to Smart. Another 3 for Marcus Smart. Another basket for Marcus Smart. Back to 14. Fox crosses over. Pulls it back out, being guarded by Hayes. Over to Olynyk. Olynyk gets it over to Barnes. Barnes swings through to his left. They show a double team. He swings through, kicks it out. Keldon Johnson, right wing 3. Can't get that one to go. Barnes an offensive rebound, though, and he pulls it all the way back out. Leaves it off for Fox. Fox gets it over to Johnson. Johnson back up top to Fox. Fox is going to look to attack Doncic off the bounce. Mid-range pull-up jumper after the rhythm dribble. Comes up short. Olynyk battling on the glass. James able to pick it up. Lakers pushing it the other way. Gets it over to Vincent. Extra pass to Smart. He's feeling himself. Heat check. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the loose ball. Fox knocks it off the glass. And now here come the Spurs 5-on-3. Over to Champagnie down the lane. Reverse layup. Gets it to go. And the foul, Marcus Smart. And Smart hits the sanction as he's upset with himself for the foul. Maybe upset with just the situation overall. And for all of the, back-to-back threes for the Lakers, maybe they're building some momentum. They got a couple of stops there, but they could not take advantage. As now Champagnie will go to the foul line for one more free throw. I said, yeah, seriously, give me Will and Shaq over Mitchell free throw. I pray for Shaquille O'Neal free throw percentage. Like I said, I'll take 50%. That's the lowest bar I could set is 50%. I can't go any lower than that. Champagnie knocks down his and one free throw. Champagnie's good, man. I like Champagnie's game. Doncic in the paint, shoots up a floater, gets it to go. That's fine. The Spurs will be perfectly content trading 2s for 3s all night long, whether that's and one plays or 3-point makes or whatever. They're perfectly fine with Luka just saying, I'm going to score a bunch of points tonight. Fox has it, gets under the rim, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson driving in the lane, goes up against Hayes, draws yet another foul. He's going to go back to the foul line for 2 more free throws. It's been a foul fest all night, y'all. Been a foul fest all night. Arms are starting to get tired from holding up my microphone. Shoulders starting to get tired. We are now at 12 p.m. We are now officially December 11th. We are in the next day. I said I was just going to say something about Champagnie. Making a nice little career for himself. Yeah, him and his brother, not going to lie. They're like nice backup forwards off the bench, man. The other one, unfortunately, playing for Washington, but is this one Julian Champagnie? Yeah, here for the Spurs is Julian Champagnie. The one on the Wizards is Justin Champagnie. INUTV, what's it in UTV? What's up, NUTV? Johnson knocked down both free throws. Sidestep 3 for Marcus Smart. He's been on fire and continues to remain on fire as he knocks that one down. 14-point game. See, the issue is I can't end the stream if the Spurs are not blowing out the Lakers. And it's only a 14-point game. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to stay live here in the fourth quarter. Hopefully this fourth quarter is a more entertaining basketball game. Fox chucks up a 3, and he gets those 3 points right back. I don't like the Spurs maintaining a 15-ish point lead all night long. Blow them out. We're trying to get to bed. They leave Smart open again. Smart can't get that one to go. Fox comes in for the rebound. Good box out from Johnson. And Fox will walk it down for the final shot of the quarter here. 15 seconds to go. All right, De'Aaron Fox, what you got for me, brother? What you got for me? Fox up top being guarded by Smart. Coming to his right. Doncic switch on to him. Fox will pull up 3. Wide left. James with the rebound. Hit ahead to Luka. Doesn't get the shot off in time. And then, as he almost got the half-court heave to go. Well, that will end the third quarter there. We got 12 more minutes of basketball. Students said it's officially Thursday in New York City. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. In UTV, said refs really control these games, pure WWE. I mean, just, when the Lakers are playing, the refs, they call every foul. The Spurs are taking advantage of it. They're taking advantage of it big time. Spurs are slowing this game mightily by getting to the foul line as often as they are. Are they up to 30 free throws now? They had 19 at halftime. They had 19 at halftime. They are now at, 32 free throw attempts tonight for the San Antonio Spurs. They're 14 of 31 from three-point range. With these numbers, they should be up by 20 plus. Instead, they're only up by 17. The Lakers are now 10 for 26 from three, thanks to Marcus Smart knocking down like 4 threes in that quarter. He's 4 for 8 from three-point range, so 3 threes in that quarter. And the Lakers are 11 for 16 from the foul line. So it's between the two teams, 48 free throw attempts tonight. I mean, does the NBA think that this is what basketball fans want to watch? Is a free throw fest? I'll tell you right now, I have not been entertained for this game tonight. I have not been entertained. It has not been a very good night of basketball, considering that the first game was a 50-point blowout, and then here tonight you're just getting a foul fest for the really late night game. I said, yep, and Luka's numbers look fine with 31, 5, and 7, 10, 21 from the field. I would think that Luka right now tonight is hard to say with Austin Reeves playing as poorly as he is. But with Luka being the engine of the offense, I think he's been the most destructive player on the court for the Lakers. He's just, the stats look great. 31, 5, and 6 going into the fourth quarter. 10 for 21 from the field, 3 for 7 from three-point range, 8 for 12 from the foul line. They look great, the numbers. The issue is that it's just Luka, Doncic, or nothing. That is the issue with the heliocentric ball that Luka Doncic just kind of brings with him. It's what they played out in Dallas. I think I used to consider James Harden the least entertaining player to watch in the league. But the thing with Harden is at least he had razzle-dazzle. At least he had the handle. He was going to go between his legs 500 times. He was going to cross you up. At least he did all of that. Luka, to me, so far, and he's great. He's phenomenal. He's one of the 3 best players in the NBA. 2, maybe? No, 3. He's not better. He's not even in the same class as Jokic or SGA. So he's what, the 3rd, maybe 4th best player in the NBA? I think he's one of the most unwatchable players in the league. I think he's one of the most unwatchable players in the league. Just the slow pace. The ball's in his hands 90% of the time. When the ball's not in his hands, he's just standing out on the wing by the half-court line, not doing anything. I just think he's incredibly boring to watch. All right, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. There's my Luka rant. Don't necessarily like watching them, which is why I try to stay away from Lakers games. James has it up top, coming to his right. They get it over to Reeves. Wide open right corner 3. Good pass from James, and Reeves delivers with the 3. 104-90, back to a 14-point game. Castle is back in the game, coming to his left, driving it down. Stop, pump fake, leans in, banks it in. Good move from Steph Castle. Steph Castle with 20 points tonight. Oh, got to put the game cast back on. My bad. Reeves driving it down to kick it out to LaRavia. LaRavia in the paint. Stop, turn, pump fake, got nowhere to go. Tries to kick it out to James. Vassell with the steal all the way to the rim. Gets blocked by James, but Champagnie right there for the putback. There you go, Keenahar. There you go. Keenahar said, I didn't like Harden either. Too much dribbling, but I'd rather watch Jokic for sure and Giannis. Yeah. I mean, those guys are at least entertaining to watch. Harden wasn't, but he was more entertaining than Luka. Luka is Harden without the razzle-dazzle. Nice inside pass to Cornet, and Cornet gets the layup to go, and there's a 20-point lead for the Spurs. And a timeout for the Lakers. I'll give them a couple minutes here to see if they can mount some kind of energy, some kind of comeback, right? Keenar said Castle's killing it. He is killing it. The cell blocked, absolutely. Right? And they still got the basket, too, so that was important. Want the Spurs to continue to build this lead. They still got the basket, and it wasn't Devin Vassell. Vassell's sitting with what? 8 points? There you go. There you go. You gotta hope he doesn't sneak his way to those points in garbage time if we get to that point. Doncic now on the bench. I gotta shave, y'all. I gotta shave this nastiness off my face. We're gonna give the Lakers an opportunity here. They're gonna call a timeout, kind of reconvene, figure some things out. We'll give them a chance, see what they can do. You know, I said I could sell the bet. Get Luka back out there. They need him. How many minutes has Luka played tonight? Luka has played 32 minutes already. You know, if they get him back out there, and even if they start them out the comeback, that's 10 and a half minutes. He'd have to play more. He'd play over 42 minutes tonight. Yeah. This is also part of the issue of when your offense is this player or bust. When you play a heliocentric style of ball, then you obviously start to lean on your players more, and you have to have them out there more often. Because when they're not out there, the offense falls apart because there is no offense without them. In theory, you have James and Reeves to kind of carry the offense when Doncic goes to the bench, but Reeves has been in a slump. James is 1,000 years old. I said, but I'm thinking he might sit if the Spurs go up enough. Got to get some Keldon and Champagne time. Yeah, and some Harper. They might sit him. They might. Oh, there was a fly in here. It was the sound of my hat, though. I don't know what it is, but I swear these full timeouts for the national TV games just have to be longer. They just have to be longer. It should be 1 minute. Full timeouts are like 1 minute, aren't they? I said, and Harper, of course, let him go out there with 5 fouls if they're up development good. Yeah, use them up. You're up 20 right now. Let's see, if the Spurs are going to mount the comeback here. Are the Lakers going to mount the comeback here? Are the Spurs going to be able to continue to build on the lead? Here we go. Reeves bringing it down. Come on, Lakers. Come on, guys. You got this in you. I know you got it in you. Go up 25. They go up 25, we could end the night. 25 in the fourth quarter, we could end it early. We don't have to stay for the buzzer. Smart with a wide open straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Vassell with the rebound. Vassell bringing it down. Leaves it off for Fox. Fox coming to his right. Dancing with it against Hachimura. Driving to his left. Step back. Hesitates. Kicks it out to Vassell. Driving to his right. Stop. Turn. Fall away. Pump fake. Kicks it up top the castle. Hesitates. Dancing with it. Pulls it out. Straightaway three over James. Got it to go. There's 23. We need one more stop and score. And I'm going to call it a night. One more stop and score. I'm going to call it a night. There's the stop. Get a score. They have transition. They have numbers over to Cornette. Cornette gets blocked but fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. And he's hurting a little bit. But I'm going to call time there. I'm going to call it. Cornette's Winston going to the foul line. But whether he makes both or not, Spurs have complete control here tonight. I'm going to call it there. It's already 12:15. Spurs are blowing it open. You know what? I just saw right now. Cornette's going to miss a free throw. So, I said, you worried about the timing of timeouts when they can't even call 6 steps traveling. Hey, man, the league got a lot of problems they got to fix. That's for sure. Did Sohan get a DNP-CD? Because he's dressed on the bench. Is he available? Hold on. I don't remember seeing him on the injury report. That's why I just assumed he was going to play tonight. He got a DNP-CD, y'all. He did not play coach's decision. Wow. Reeves driving it down. Cornette did split the free throws. They leave Smart open yet again. This time he knocks it down. All right, I said 25. They only got it to 24. Now down to 21. I'll be a man of my word. I said, really, coach's decision? He's not on the injury report last I checked. DNP coach's decision. Unless they don't have him listed on the injury report, but I don't see it. Lakers calls a turnover. James down the lane, draws the foul, can't get the layup to go. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Susan said, see the Chevy crew next time. Good night. Appreciate you, Susan. Appreciate you. I said, okay, he's going to be consolidation traded. You're right. I mean, they like you said, they have too many guys. Too many guys who need minutes. You can't do an 11-man rotation and expect guys to maintain rhythm, and he's kind of stagnated in his development so far this year, and you're kind of finding a spot where to put him. The offensive game is still really rough, and the defense isn't good enough to justify playing him when he's not, really giving you offensively. He's a good defender, but I wouldn't say he's a great defender, right? Braun split the free throws, so it is a 20-point lead for the Spurs. 114-94. Barnes has it up top. Smart switches onto him. Under 9 to go. Barnes keeps it. Step back, pump fake, puts up the mid-range jumper, comes up short. Long rebound. Smart picks it up. From the Lakers. Doncic was not ready for the pass. Off his fingertips, and they're bringing it down the other way. All right. Barnes misses the 3. Cornette, the offensive rebound, gets blocked by Hachimura. Castle, the offensive rebound, gets the layup to go. And the Lakers are frustrated. Spurs continue to roll. We go to the 6-minute mark. Whatever the lead is, we're going to go to the 6-minute mark. We're going to end it because the Spurs, they're going to be able to pull this one out. I said he turned into a tweener. They tried him at PG, remember? Yeah, I remember. I think part of the experiment of trying him at PG is that they weren't going to win anyway, but putting him at the point guard position was just like Fox putting some English on the ball. Nice move from him. Putting him at point guard was just trying to open up his eyes to be more of a playmaker so that when they moved him back to the forward, that he would be able to play out of the short roll and be better at making those reads. That never really came to fruition. Smart another 3, another basket. Marcus Smart, his 6th 3 of the game. All right. Are we going to get a timeout? If this is a timeout, all right, we're ending it there. This is a timeout. It's a 19-point game. Not necessarily like a big blowout, but I don't think the Spurs are going to give this lead up. They're playing too well. They're relying on Marcus Smart threes. I don't think Marcus Smart is going to pull this one out just for himself. So, okay, see, I felt like the Lakers are going to end up losing. Yeah, they're probably going to end up losing. 7:42 to go. Another minute will be, another minute and a half will be at the halfway point. So, nice to put Keldon in for Vassell. I think you're pretty good, Kinohara. I think they'll pull away as the game continues to go on. It's hovering around 20. They're not going to get this 25-point lead. No need to really stay for the 6-minute mark if we're just going to continue to get what we have been getting. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for joining me with the doubleheader. Both games ended up kind of being a slog, unfortunately. Not a good game. Not good. We didn't get a single good game tonight. Obviously, the Thunder blowout of the Suns was to be expected, but not to that degree. It was a 50-point blowout. And then here tonight, the Spurs got out to a double-digit lead somewhat early, and then held a double-digit lead the remainder of the game. Right? It's kind of just been a back-and-forth affair, vacillating between a 15-point lead and a 20-point lead. Lakers have really not been capable of getting it that much closer. They got it to, 10, the lowest, and then the Spurs pushed it right back up to 20. So, with that being said, it hasn't been all that entertaining. It hasn't been, it's been a foul fest. So, unfortunately, not great games. Not great games. But, sometimes you get bangers, sometimes you don't. With that being said, we're going to take tomorrow off because there's not really a good game. I'd rather watch the Game Awards anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But we will be back on Friday, 7 o'clock start time for the Pistons facing the Hawks. The third time we're going to be covering a Pistons-Hawks game. Just the way it works, I guess. But the Spurs will probably pull this one out. and they will be playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hopefully, Wembanyama will be available for that game. It'll actually make it somewhat entertaining. And then obviously the Knicks will be taking on the Orlando Magic. Those games are on Saturday. We're going to try and cover both of those games. We'll see what happens. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. You know, I said super snoozy, but I always enjoy running my mouth. It was great talking to you. Thank you for hanging out with me in the chat, Kinahara. I mean, you were like the only guy still active in the chat this late in the day. So I very much appreciate it. You, Susan, K. Hazy, OKC, Monkey Man in the chat earlier. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me this late into the night. You guys were the only reason I stayed live. I'm not going to lie. Because if like the chat slowed down and there wasn't really much going on and I had to commentate a game that wasn't entertaining, I would have probably ended this at halftime. So you guys kept the stream going. Appreciate you. Remember to brush teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.